Welcome to Saturday is Wrong with your host, the ultimate video game. But to intellect the face is wrong. We talk about video games, pro wrestling and whatever the fuck we want to talk about with this co-host AJ Raider, Tex, Joe, Compton, Michael, Devious Dave Rose, MK3 Kratos. And a rose because it's Saturday is wrong. This means wrong.
This is Devious Dave Rose, professional pariah and all-around asshole, and you are tuned in to the greatest, defending, undisputed video game collector on the planet. Casey is Raw.
It's Saturday night with Casey's Raw Energy. We're ready for the fight. Agent Raiders and Tex rise to the call. MK3, Kratos and Joe, we're having a ball. From video games to wrestling, we cover it all. We're the kings of the screen under neon lights. Saturday Raw, igniting the night. With a crew so wild, we'll rise to the top. In the world of gaming, we'll never stop. In this chaos, we find our might. Michael's lost in the shadows, but we're alright. Discussing world news, no fear, no shame. With laughter and stories, fueling the game. Join the madness as we break down the walls. We're the kings of the screen under neon lights. Saturday Raw, igniting the night. With a crew so wild, we'll rise to the top. In the world of gaming, we'll never stop. Join the madness as we break down the walls.
What up, guys? My name's Casey Raw. Welcome to Saturday is Raw. We got AJ Raiders on the chat. On the call. What's up, bro?
What's going on? What's going on, Casey?
I was doing good. I had a good nap and everything. I woke up actually like 30 minutes before we were going to start. And then I found something that Duke did that pissed me off. That it almost made me like, God, I wish I don't have a dog sometimes. Because I was...
Let me guess, he shit on the floor or he chewed up your furniture?
No, it's not neither of those, but one
Pissed on the floor?
No, he didn't poop on the floor, but I'm not going to bring it up because it made me very angry. Took me a little time to clean it.
Okay.
But, trying to get some going. Give me 2 seconds. Well, one thing I want to know for sure, I want to, first we got to say hi to the people in the chat. We got several people in the chat. We got Mikhail. And
What's
we
up,
gotta talk.
Mikkel?
We gotta talk about Mikkel. I did not notice until AJ told me, but
What?
he smoked the shit out of Frank on election night.
Oh yeah, dude, that was fucking crazy. I couldn't believe that. Literally,
No,
Mikkel had 715 views on his fucking election stream with Frank had like 125. That shit's
yeah.
crazy. I think it's all
Well,
wording though. If you really think about what you type in the,
oh
you know,
yeah.
as the thing.
I do believe so. We got Costanza.
What's up,
Uh,
Costanza?
we got AJ Raiders, and we got BR.
What's up, BR?
We got Kratos,
What's up, Kratos?
and we got Steve Callan.
What's up, Steve?
So yeah, like I'm just staring a hole right now at him. He's laying in his doggy bed because he knows I'm upset with him right now.
You should threaten him that you're gonna sell him to the Chinese. Chinese food.
Well, we got Devious Dave Rose. What's up, man?
Oh,
What's up,
boo! I'm not gonna say what my dog did, but oh, I'm so angry. I'm pouting here, stamping my foot in my tutu. That's what you're doing.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Oh, and I had to clean it, but I won't say it. Why don't you just say he shat on the fucking carpet? And again, I don't know
Nope.
why you have carpet. No, you didn't do that.
no.
He
Video
humped your he humped your pillow and cummed on it.
Oh my god, that's horrible. No.
Yeah, but not outside the possibility of occurrences. So instead of being a puss, why don't you just say my dog did this, and I'm going to be a neglectful owner, and I'm going to send this dog to the nearest Chinese restaurant, because it sounds like that's what you do. You're so mad at your dog, you can't even have forgiveness in your heart. How dare you?
Oh no, I'll have forgiveness in my heart. It's
Of
just
course you
right
don't.
now. No,
You
here's
just
what
said I don't have. Now, well, guys, I don't have forgiveness in my heart. I know you're a cold-blooded bastard.
No, I do
You
have.
look, it's on
forgiveness.
tape. Okay, we can prove it.
Yeah, we could replay it.
No, just rewind 10 seconds. You said it.
Exactly.
Well, I meant I do have forgiveness in my heart for him. It's just I'm just mad at him right now.
Mhm.
But
Because he just did what a dog does, and you're going to judge him on being a dog. I mean, that's just you're going to judge people because they're black. Is that what you're going to do?
oh my god.
Or judge
Oh,
or
you
judge
know
people
that.
that have big tits? I
So
mean, I know you like your big tits, Casey. You're a big fan of
okay.
the large milkers. So
Yes, I am.
yes, you are. Yes, you are.
He likes those
Oh,
cows.
we got Joe Compton and
What's up,
Bam.
Joe? What's
Oh,
up? What's up, Bam?
Overgrown
no,
rat. Yeah, it doesn't really classify as a proper dog, but
oh,
at least Casey is not like the Aztecs that raised, these pocket carry sized dogs to be food. So that's actually a good thing.
okay. I'll I'll tell you guys. I don't want to say it, but I he pissed on my fucking NES games
Oh, well, you know what? Sending him to a Chinese restaurant doesn't sound that bad after all.
because I was
You
gonna
know, you should
put
have that put up, Casey. Your valuable stuff should be put up so the dog can't piss or shit on it.
Yeah, how do you climb these shelves to piss on your game unless you had it on the floor?
well, it was on the bottom shelf, so like it just happened to be right there. That's the first time ever, especially since here, that he did that. So, and I spent the last 30 minutes trying to clean every single one, and one he caused label damage from his piss. So,
You goddamn dog, you know how much it cost me just on that label alone?
So I'll forgive
It's
him.
no
but
longer a 6.5 rating, it's a 4.3.
eventually, I'm gonna if he can like
If he
like
keeps
he,
doing this, I'm gonna have to send him to the Chinese restaurant. I know, I get it, Casey. You know, at one point you got to realize, okay, the dog's too much trouble.
I eventually probably gonna have to start crating him eventually. I hate to do that because I have when I leave he whines and I know he'll whine even harder when I crate him. So
Oh, that's
So
life.
you're gonna give him up, I guess. Well, you're not really connected to the dog. It was your mom's dog, and you know, you really don't care for the dog. So I
that's
can
not true.
come
That's
on.
not true. I love him. He's just
Yeah, but again, you're like one of these parents like, this child is an annoyance to me. I'm gonna send them off to the nearest orphanage.
well, we got Joe Compton, who's the cold-blooded bastard.
Hoorah!
What's up, Joe?
Hey,
What's up,
someone
Joe?
threw out the bat signal by talking about me. I heard my name.
I didn't say anything, but probably one of these two yahoos did.
No, I heard cold-blooded bastards. So someone was describing me to a T. Y'all own it.
No, I was calling Casey a cold-blooded bastard because he hates his
Oh,
dog, the one
come
that
on, Dave.
comforted his mother, and
Dave, come
he
on.
now
let's
wants
be
to get
real.
rid of it because apparently it pissed on one of his games.
Dave, let's be real. We know Casey does not have one cold-blooded cell in his fucking body. That dude's as soft as a goddamn marshmallow.
Oh, that's pretty cold,
I,
but
That's
I,
true.
I didn't say non caloric.
He would not hurt a fly.
I would never hurt him. I yelled at him.
You would not hurt a housefly, Casey.
Oh no, I killed insects in my lifetime.
You don't have a bone in your body to do it. Let's be honest.
No,
I'm not lying.
no, it's just it's overwhelmed by the fatty nature of Casey, and it's too cushioned. So if he was punch you in the face, it would be more like a nice little caress to your face. It's just too much flesh on that hand, so he can't hurt you.
You don't
Well,
have an
that-
ounce of hate in him. Whereas, well, I'm sure I know I do. I'm sure Raider does. Dave,
What's up?
I've heard you in the past tear people to shreds. I know you're capable
Oh,
of
I've
it.
torn people. to
I'm
shreds.
capable of quite a lot.
The only one that's not capable of it on this call right now is Mr. Casey is Raw.
I do have to ask Casey one thing: is that your face is looking exceptionally shiny and smooth? Did you not just shave your face, but also your head? Could that be a possibility?
Yeah, I did that last week.
Ah, I see. You're,
Yeah.
you're pulling I'm a stone cold. Shave my
Casey,
head.
what month is it?
What?
What month is it?
November.
No shave November. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
He's not shaving his chinny chin chin, so
No, this is not shaving.
yeah, leave people alone, okay, man. Like some
Dude.
people, like myself, just find it itchy, and I'm not gonna fucking do it to. It's just like the Tide Pod shit or the fucking ice bucket challenge. Like fuck you with these manufactured events. Like yeah, you know what? I can support fucking prostate cancer by donating to it or by talking about it, not by fucking growing my beard and looking homeless.
But of
Well,
course,
damn.
this is the look I've chose to go for after being all baby faced and clean shaven and shit for 21 fucking years.
Well,
Yeah, well,
Waffle-
that's your choice to look disgusting, not mine.
I love it. Waffle House says the Waffle House will love to cook your dog.
What are you talking about? They're not Chinese owned yet. You gotta look for a Chinese place. They'll make quick work of the dog.
Ching chong, ching chong. He just responded to it. But now I'm gonna get freaking cancels for that.
Yeah, sure thing
But
there, bud. Nobody knows what you're doing on YouTube. No chance you're
exactly.
gonna get canceled.
So no, I'll forgive him. He's in timeout right now, and he knows he's in trouble. So he's laying in his doggy bed, and he's like,
Why do you hate me, human? I was just
Yeah.
being a normal dog.
"Oh, we got
Somebody call the
Gorilla,
SPCA.
we got the Gorilla Strong in the chat. Welcome."
Which game was it he pissed on, Casey?
Oh, he didn't just piss on one game. It was like a whole stack of games. Because like I said, I just recently bought the box for a game. I was like, hey, you know what? I got a few minutes. I'm gonna get it out of the loot section and put it in its box and put it up here. And when I started pulling them out, and one was just covered and it was wet.
Were they some of your more rare ones? Harder to get?
No, more of my rarer ones actually higher from. So he has to climb up the collection to pick that.
So if they're ruined, it won't be that hard to replace them.
No, I'll eventually have forgiveness in my heart. Right now, he knows he's in trouble. Eventually, he'll come up to me, look at me with those wide-eyed brown eyes he has, and I would melt eventually for him.
No, what I'm getting at is if they're
Wow,
damaged,
that's very creepy.
no harm, no foul. You'll get over it, replace them, and move on. Because it's not like you got to do a whole lot of searching to replace games.
That's true. It's just,
Yes, what he did is wrong. I'll give you that.
well, the thing was, I'm a little bit of a clean freak. So, when I just had to clean the shit out of it. So, now Girl Strong's like, I know he didn't do it intentionally. I mean, usually when I'm home, he's usually. I don't want to be upbeat because now he's coming out of his doggy bed. He's slowly coming to me. Don't come to me. I don't want you right now.
Show him
No.
who's boss is, Casey.
No.
Casey's about to melt right now.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. The dog will be on his lap, and he'll be giving him kisses and peanut butter.
Exactly. That's true.
You're too much of a soft, like a pushover, Casey. You're too soft.
Oh, I can be a dick if I want to. It's just It's like Gorilla Strong said that. It's like Gorilla Strong. He didn't do it intentionally. And I'll give him props. A lot of times when I'm home, he's very housebroken when I'm home. It's when I'm gone is when he'll make messes. But so, like I said, I'm trying to keep myself not too upbeat. I don't want him to start. He finally crawled back in the doggy bed. Good. Stay there.
Starting, you're
You're in
gonna eat
trouble.
him.
You're in trouble?
Just say ching chong, and he might get the
Ching.
message.
Yeah, ching chong is gonna come and get you if you do it again. Ching chong man.
Oh, good Lord.
There. Oh no, I Gorilla Strong. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. He got me, and then. Oh my God, that's horrible. That's your apartment if they have any Chinese neighbors. Don't cook for you. All right, well.
Then again, Costanza doesn't even know how to cook. He posts images on Instagram like, look, a pizza, and it's one of these DiGiorno's or something he puts in the oven. And then he's like, oh, but I've got a deep fryer or an air fryer. It's just like, I've never even seen you make a fucking salad, dude. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, granted, Roland doing like make him doing the pizza like
Was that
like,
English? Because I did not understand a goddamn word you
Yeah,
just.
that's Caseyisms.
Yeah, it's my is
I'm sorry, I don't speak retard.
Oh, we got MK3 Kratos. What's up, man?
Why y'all gotta throw that R word around?
Well,
I
Okay,
will.
well,
Casey's
what,
a
retard?
retard.
Well,
Yeah,
somebody.
y'all forget I'm the mentally challenged person.
Okay,
in this-
well then you make sense of
right
whatever the fuck it was that Casey just said because I didn't understand a goddamn word.
well, I'm just
I'm just
trying-
giving y'all shit. Have fun.
I'm
giving
just
y'all-
saying.
Have fun with it.
I'm just saying that. Granted, I wouldn't like. I know you like making your own food, but for me, I'm kind of like I'll throw whatever in the oven. But I'm not gonna spend.
You're a bullfrog, is what you're saying. It's like I just go into my fridge and whatever comes out, I just eat it.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't want to spend 45 minutes to an hour making food.
It doesn't
Like-
take that long to make food.
If you're cooking for three
I don't
people,
think you
it-
ever cooked food, so you would probably not know the time.
Well, I mean, I know at
No.
least probably half an hour to do something good.
No,
you can
10 to
cook- you can
20
cook
minutes
it-
at
you
most.
cook it
Depends on what you're fucking making. But again, you've never done it, so you wouldn't know.
Then eventually you're gonna
Yeah,
say, you're
I can
Yeah,
make
what?
an
It's
entire
gonna take
frozen-
40 minutes to make a
frozen
fucking
bag
salad.
of, like, stir. I can make an entire frozen bag of stir fry in 10 minutes.
well, I'm talking about like
Pre-made
eventually-
stir fry.
Oh, hold
with
on. What are you talking about?
chicken and
Okay,
chicken and
let's just
vegetables.
take this apart. What are you talking about, Casey? What kind of foods?
well, I was gonna say about pizza. Then let's say, like,
Hold on, making your
if
own
I-
pizza? Making your own
Yeah.
pizza? That'll take
That's
you
one
fucking to like okay, because there's prep time and there's cook time. So prep
Mhm.
time won't take you more than 20 minutes to make a pizza. I even doubt that you ever even made your own fucking pizza. I have. You can find my
I have.
images up there.
And
But
that-
again,
shameless-
like 20 minutes at most. And then it's what, another 15, 20 minutes, depending on the thickness of the crust that you've made.
Yeah.
So 40 minutes total, 20 minutes prep time, 20 minutes waiting. Is that really that bad when you're also saving, all this money?
not bad at
But-
all.
true, but
But
I got better things to do.
Now here, this
well,
right.
hold on. 20 minutes to make food is not a long time. 20 minutes to literally just let it cook in the oven where you're not fucking doing shit. You could be fucking on the computer or playing a video game. 20 minutes, you're not doing shit. It's cooking on its own. That's the same thing as like waiting 20 minutes for the delivery of the food, right? Right.
Yeah.
So again, the same thing. I could be doing something different. Well, either way, that 20-minute segment, you're going to be doing fucking playing video games. So you're not missing out.
Well,
Again,
then
you're
I'm
just
gonna-
worried about 20 minutes to make a fucking pizza. That's going to still taste better than a fucking store bought.
Yep.
Then let's say if I want to make some pasta, like,
Dude, that's 10
let's say-
minutes. That's 10 minutes. Literally boil
But-
the water, 2 minutes
yeah.
most rolling, and then you just pop in the pasta, 8 minutes, you're done.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but-
What does it take to strain the pasta? Less than 10 seconds?
No, but
Depending on how much
you know,
pasta you make, maybe 15 seconds. That's about it.
No, but
Well, we got-
I was going to bring up the point. Like, if you had to make your own pizza, then you would have to make your own pasta, right? Where you had to, like, make.
Now you buy the noodle
Hold on,
store
hold on.
bought-
No. All of you shut up. You have to make your own pasta. What? Okay, pizza uses dough.
Yeah.
Pasta uses, pasta. So what are you fucking talking about? That it needs
What?
to use what?
Where you, like, had to cut your own noodles and stuff like that? Like,
How about the
Like,
pasta roller?
No,
thing,
first of all,
dude?
you don't cut you
Pasta
don't cut
roll?
noodles. You don't cut spaghetti. You don't cut rigatoni. You don't cut pasta. It's already cut at the right. What are you talking about cutting pasta?
No,
And how
well,
does
I'm
this
talking
relate
about
to
where.
pizza?
Well, I mean, I'm saying if you had to go all the way out for pizza, then you had to go all the way out for pasta. Like
No, hold
where.
on. No. Okay, so
No, no, no.
is this some sort of like Oklahoma thing where you've got to buy pizza and pasta when you go out and buy it? Like already you're getting your carbs from your pizza. Why would you order pasta? Is that a thing where you order pasta with pizza?
No, I'm just
Then
saying where
why did
some
you
people,
bring it up?
some
Can
people.
somebody help me out here?
I'm just
I
saying
have
some
no
people.
idea what the hell is going on.
I'm just saying some people wants to make their
Dave, you're
own.
talking to a 5-year-old, pretty much,
I'm
basically.
just saying some people like to make their own pasta or spaghetti or whatever.
Okay, but what
And
does that have to do with pizza? Pizza's you roll the dough, you fucking put it in a pan, you fucking put your toppings on there, and you're fucking done. What does that have to do with pasta?
well, I'm trying to make a comparison to it, like saying, "Hey,
Comparison. Okay.
I don't understand
It just
because
seemed like you were cooking them both at the same time. That's how it
no,
came off to you.
no, I'm just making a comparison." So, like, hey, if you're gonna want to make a bowl spaghetti, so is it cheating if you just get the strands of spaghetti already, or do you have to make your own spaghetti?
nobody's saying make your own dough. Nobody's saying make your own fucking pasta to buy a fucking pasta machine to cut it all right. No, you can buy this shit already prepped, right? You get a ball of fucking pizza dough, you fucking roll it out, use the flour, you put on your sauce, you put on your toppings, you're done.
Hold on,
With pasta, you just fucking buy a package. You take the spaghetti that you want. You put it into boiling water. Literally 8 minutes later, this shit is done.
he
And
made
you'll be
me
like, "Oh, that's too much time to fucking." I'd rather be playing video games. Yeah, you can
I
be playing
literally
video
just
games
said
and it's cooking.
I literally
He
just
made-
said a frozen bag of stir fry takes about 10, 12 minutes for me.
he made me pet him. He came over here and made me pet him.
He wants to talk
No.
about games, Rose.
Nobody's forcing you to do anything.
How long would it take you personally to do your own perfect steak? The way you
That's the best way to define a man, actually. What he says now, ladies and gentlemen, especially those listening, will define his potential manliness or the fact that maybe he's already had his balls
Long gone.
But yeah, Casey, please explain to us, men, how would you make your steak?
as compared to you, Rose, how long, what time wise would it take?
No. I will certainly explain this. I'll even send a private message if you want. The thing is, though, the focus is on Casey because he's already he's 0 for 2 here. Swinging for being able to explain that he can actually cook, which I'm very much doubting. So again, the basic thing, Joe, it's built into our blood. Because, at one point we were fighting megafauna with sticks and killing these fucking huge sloths and fucking saber-toothed tigers. Okay. It's in our blood that, meat is there for us to consume and it has to be cooked in a certain way. Even the caveman knew that. Does Casey, though? So, Casey, explain to us, answer Joe's question, because I'll answer right after, but you've got to be able to explain now your knowledge on this topic.
Well, do I have to go back to where I have to slaughter the cow first, and then
No, you got a beautiful steak. Let's say a nice strip loin
prime,
steak.
a cut of prime rib.
No, strip loin. Let's just keep it simple for the guy. A nice little strip loin.
All right, fair.
7 ounce. How about that? Nice and simple. 7 ounce. What do you do now, Casey?
well, you prep it with the seasoning, and you throw it on the grill, and eventually you flip it to the other side, and where
He lost me. He lost me as soon as he said throw it on the grill. You're supposed to tenderize that.
You lost me when he said seasoning because, okay, you're not even again an aficionado for steak, and you're gonna say, "Oh, just seasoning." And step 2, no, hold on, what? You like steak, and you're not even telling us what you're putting on there?
well, I mean,
like steak seasoning. What?
and then I'll throw it on the grill. What? Huh? First of all, we don't even know temperatures that you're
tenderize it
set
first.
to.
Well,
And again, you really you don't prefer a fucking cast iron skillet to make your steak, or maybe reverse searing in the oven, like just throw it on the grill.
Hey, throw it
my
on the
mother
grill.
once threatened me with a cast iron skillet as a kid.
Isn't that the best way to do it? Is on with charcoal, and you
Now it's charcoal. I thought you were referring to propane. So now he's changing the story again.
No, I didn't say anything about propane because I know propane does not taste as good as charcoal. So,
Yeah,
You
but
wanna-
you're
But we don't
complaining
put
about like I
propane-
got shit to do. I can't
propane,
fucking wait for this. You're really
stove.
gonna wait for a steak to be made over charcoal? You don't have that patience.
We all know you don't.
okay. Oh, I don't cook.
You still have to flip it
No,
while
he
it's on
still hasn't
charcoal.
answered, and we still don't even know how Casey likes his steaks.
No, I said I'll take my. Well, I said beforehand I take mine medium rare.
Okay, well then how long on each side would it take to make it medium rare? As Joe asked.
Well, I just answered this. I said I admitted I don't cook.
No, that's not an answer.
What do you
We
mean it's
want
not an answer?
the time. How much? I like my steaks medium rare. Well, how do you make them? I asked the lady to make it medium rare for me. Like, no, then you don't know how to cook, and you can't claim
Oh,
even.
I just said I don't know how. to
No,
cook.
no, you didn't.
He
Say
literally just admitted it. I heard him. He said, "I
Yeah.
can't cook." At the
Okay.
end,
no. He said that after it was posed on him to answer, as Joe asked, how do you make your steak and how do you eat it? So you
yeah,
can't
he
just go
said
back.
1 to 2 minutes on either side.
Oh,
then he
okay.
mothered, "I don't cook."
Okay. I was pulling
No, but
that.
at what temperature?
I was pulling all that stuff out of my ass, and when I couldn't answer, I just
Yeah, you're like Costanza. You just rather get something out of the fridge that's boxed, just like Bullfrog. And I'm just gonna eat healthy, and you pull out a pizza that's already boxed up. I mean, Casey,
I would not say pizza's healthy at all.
but that's not saying that you
If
wouldn't eat
built
it.
properly, it can be.
If you're if you're lazy, Casey, again, I that's wasting my time. I know that you're gonna be going for foods that you just pop into the microwave or the oven, and it's done in 20 minutes.
Yes. That is true.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm just saying.
By the way,
that-
there's these things called salads. They're delicious and they're very good for you. I'm not sure if you ever heard of one, but you might want to consider trying.
What's your go-to
There's
dressing
also
there,
steamable
Dave?
vegetables.
I had
There's also
I had-
vegetables that you can come frozen and you can steam them in the microwave in the bag.
I had
Steam in the
salads
microwave?
before. I had
It's a
salads
steamable
before.
bag for vegetables, frozen vegetables, but they're steamable. You can cook them inside the bag in the microwave.
That's disgusting and very anti-human. Because again, the plastic leaches out. Why would you microwave vegetables anyways when you can just fucking steam them, actually steam them over the stove, and also
I know.
do
I was,
something
I was
like
just
fucking
throwing out
farm
an example.
there.
That's all. That's
Okay, the
what
chirping-
Green Giant apparently sells as
Chirpings
well.
get me a little annoyed. I don't care if you can't control.
I said in the chat, fair warning, if I got on, it's gonna be
burn the
me.
building down. Just burn the building down at this point, because if it's just going to keep chirping, just fuck it. Joe, what did you
I've
say?
lived in this house
You said
almost
something.
20 years.
What was your go-to salad dressing for a salad?
Depends on what's in the salad. Personally, a go-to for me, especially for garden, simply is just olive oil with some salt. Sometimes a little red balsamic vinegar with it, but I don't think it normally needs that. If you vary the ingredients in the salad, I think that's just perfectly fine. Doesn't even have to be a lot.
I'll go for a nice Italian or a balsamic vinaigrette.
For me,
Which are damn near the same thing.
But I get a nice oily contact as opposed to like I'm sure Casey eats ranch with his fucking
Yeah,
salad,
yeah.
which is fucking disgusting.
What's wrong
But
with
again, a
that?
lot of creamy. There's certain times and places for creamy salad dressing, like Thousand Island or maybe French. That's some good stuff. But it
Mhm.
depends on
What's
the
wrong
salad.
with ranch? Ranch is great with
Oh
salad.
my god. Ah.
It's also bad for you. It also can be bad for your health if you consume too much of it in your salad, and it can dilute salad.
Well, I'm not saying drench it in the salad. Just put a little bit in the
Dude,
salad.
you know those packets of just dry ranch dressing that you're supposed to mix with fucking
Talking about salad kits.
sour cream and shit? This dry shit, fucking Casey buys it and he fucking snorts that shit like Coke. Chirp.
But you know what? I actually eat green stuff and fruit. Like I eat fruit all the time, actually.
Fruit
You
roll
got
up.
me beat on that. I haven't
No,
done
no,
gummies.
fruit with a freaking apple 2 months ago.
No, I
Fruit
have.
dicks.
No, I eat apple.
Ugh, I eat apple.
And
Apple
apple.
Not
like-
apples. Like I have had an apple, as you humans call it.
But we're getting off topic here. We're getting off topic here. Dave, since he admitted he cannot cook, do you want to share with him how the proper way is to do a steak? So
I
he will
could.
know.
Well, you have to get yourself. I always say cast iron pan, medium high, touching the high, and I like. Well, you could use olive oil to grease it up, either butter or beef tallow, good as well. You want to get that lubricated, and pop your steak down. Don't move it. Depending on the thickness of the steak, you're looking at least 90
Oh.
seconds. And then again, you flip it another about 90 seconds. This is the perfect time to add more butter. And usually some of the seasoning like rosemary and thyme that you also want to spoon up the butter that's melted, pour it on the steak. And again, about 90 seconds, depending on the thickness of the steak, you pull that off, and you should have a nice, beautiful medium rare. Okay. What do you say about that, Joe? Is that the proper?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Did you take notes, Casey?
No, the good thing for Casey is that he can always listen back to this video. So,
That's
he has no excuses either. Nah, I forgot to take notes. No, you got this video, your own video. And then mysteriously, won't be available tomorrow. He's like, I'm sorry, guys, I deleted it accidentally.
It got demonetized.
No, I mean, I kind of cooked today. I had a baked potato today.
You kind of cooked. I love it. But before we get on to that embarrassment, I do got to shout out Raw Full House into the chat. He says, "Beat Costanza and put A1 sauce on it." Yeah, hell yeah. And yes, that's hilarious because Costanza doesn't know how to even cook his own steaks, but he's always talking about, hey, A1 sauce makes the steak better. Well, then you must have had you cut a steak if that's what you're doing, because all you're doing is covering up the natural flavor of a steak that should be good. So,
Well, maybe he likes A1 sauce on his steak.
Well, maybe some people like to chug ranch out of the fucking bottle like me.
I know, Casey.
And some people like to put ragu on their pasta. Not me. That's a sin in my book.
Well, I'm just saying, A1 is good, but
A true
No,
steak.
No,
does not
hold
need
on.
sauce.
On what? On steak?
oh shit, we got text in the chat.
A true steak does not need
He's
sauce
going
at
to
all.
kill you now. He's going to kill you when it comes
Casey,
to fucking talking about A1 on steak. He's already gone into this. Now he's going to fucking kill you.
You make me wait like 5 minutes backstage, and the first thing I hear is, "I put A1 on steak. Do you want me to never speak to you again? Is this what you're aiming for?"
Let's
No, but the only reason he got started is because Costanza was in the chat, and Costanza's a known fan of A1, which makes him an international criminal.
Well, Costanza's as we say down here, bless your heart, because,
Bless your heart.
That's Texan. So go fuck yourself.
pretty much, yeah, like but no, okay. I heard y'all talking steak, and like my Texan ears started to perk up, and I needed to contribute.
Well,
But
I've been exposed, and I'm not. talking
don't
about
expose yourself, Casey. Nobody wants to see that.
He doesn't know how to
Please
cook a
don't.
steak. Is the bottom line. Joe Compton
don't-
tried to get him to admit it, and he won't. And I passed the test.
Casey couldn't cook a Pop-Tart, much less a good. Casey couldn't cook a bad steak, much less a good one. Like, I'm not going to him for steak advice. I mean, it's.
We've heard
I'll make
Rose's
the-
way of doing it. We've heard Rose's way of doing it, Tex. Rose's way sounds
Okay.
chef's kiss.
Well, I didn't hear his way, but okay. I mean,
What's your idea of doing it, Tex?
Well, depending on the steak, preferably at least an inch to an inch and a half thick. Realistically, no longer than 7 or maybe 6 to 9 minutes, and that's counting both sides. Now, how you cook it, I prefer over wood on a grill. That's the way I was raised and the way I believe it's done best. But I always set the heat by hand. I'd say it's about 140 degrees, 100 maybe 145. But I set by hand because, like I said, I was trained the old ways. You get a good sear. Anything above medium rare is too much. Let it rest for about 10 minutes before you cut into it. Otherwise, you lose a lot of juice and flavor. As far as seasoning goes, a little salt, pepper. I like a little spice in mine, so I have this like Cajun flavor. It's got some garlic and some, I think it's got thyme in it. I forget what else is in there. I'm not sure. But yeah, very basic, very quick. It doesn't take long. You just have to, do it. It's not hard.
Well,
So.
you know what? Maybe I thought cooking was a woman's job, so maybe that's why.
Oh, here goes the sexist Casey now.
Some of the best, no.
So, okay,
Most
then
of the
explain
best
to me
chefs
what
in the
happened to
world
all the fucking bachelors prior to fucking 2024. What happened to all those bachelors? They just decided, I can't cook for myself. I'm going to starve.
Tell that to Gordon Ramsay. He'll kill you with a fork.
No, he'll emasculate you, and you'll bleed out right there, in front of him, just from his words alone.
Okay, Casey, how would you survive if fast food wasn't a
That's a
thing?
good question. That's a very good question.
Well, I mean, there's
I
Okay,
would never
well,
live in a
hold on.
world
Let's
like
calm
that.
it
I would
down.
rather die than have to kill myself.
Casey,
slowly.
I'm more man than you'll ever be, and I also know how to sew if I need to, whether it's clothes or skin, depending on the situation.
Yeah,
Holy shit!
You know what I'm saying?
it's like first place.
I mean, these are called skills that you learn along the way. Yeah, I mean, this is,
Well, I know how to get into Warp World. Do you?
I don't know what the fuck that is. I've had sex before.
It's a Nintendo gaming reference.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
Speaking of
that-
gaming, I got a topic I want to get off my chest before tomorrow.
What up?
Boy, oh boy, it's about a game that just came out last Thursday on Halloween. Dragon Age: The Veilguard, the absolute woke left piece of shit game I've ever seen.
Well, wait until the new Assassin's Creed comes out.
Never.
That'll be
Oh, trust me, this is pretty much on par with the entire fan base just rejecting it. The critics say BioWare is back. BioWare is back. No, they're not. They have a non-binary member of the game
Ugh.
in the game, non-binary, for a race that doesn't believe in that. What sense does that make?
Why are you still following games that don't deserve it?
I've been following it due to all the backlash that's been coming out on it. Some journalists has actually been deleting tweets about like positive feedback for the game, and I'm like, yeah, you're covering your track to this point, Jason Schreier.
This shit non-binary bullshit, and I don't know my gender.
Well, you don't have to worry about that. Come January, once the MAGA king has been put back in office, there's only 2 genders. Did you not see the video that he put out?
No.
Literally, he said that. Well, yesterday, he was posting videos. The government is only recognizing male and female. So any of you weirdo transgenders like to put your dick in beehives, whatever, go fuck yourself. You're done. You're out of here.
The GTA 6 is already done and made. It's just getting the.
Well, GTA 6 can go fuck itself. I don't give a shit about some faggot video game, whatever.
I'm just saying, well, I'm not a human being. I'm more than one person. I am them.
I'm a Nintendo sexual.
You know, Dave, I know you're joking when you say that, but I swear to God, Casey would live that fucking shit.
Yes, he would.
I'm gonna have to steal that now.
Casey would probably stick his dick in his NES if he had the chance.
Oh.
Well, you know, he's playing that old game where apparently when you blow on the cartridge, it makes it work. So,
hey, it does work when you blow in your cartridge. So,
there you go. Talking about
that's the thing. You need the adapter to extend it. So,
oh my. But Tex,
I'll get into more detail on that on Less Than Serious tomorrow, Casey. Okay, it's a lot worse than you think. There's multiple refunds to the point where even retail stores had to lower their trade-in price for the game on refunds.
Wow.
Some retail stores were doing 34 in buybacks. They had to lower it to 20.
Mass panic. Dogs marrying cats.
Mass panic. Shitty video game alert. Holy hell.
And yet the world
not
moves
in
on.
the world.
Literally no one gives a shit.
Every companion's villain is a white guy. Every villain arc, every companion arc where you can help a ally, their villain's a white guy. I'm like, why? Why?
Well, the truth is our patience has its limits. And you know, this sort of shit's gonna change real soon.
3 name changes.
Well,
that's all I'll say.
I'm just waiting.
They made this shit look like.
I'm just waiting until it's legal to start hunting down certain factions that live in this country, and we can get rid of that problem. But you know, just waiting for the word from the big guy. So, doggone.
Hey man, it'd be great if it was like the 1800s where you could just collect.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Hey,
collect commie scalps and hand them into the government. For
I am so ready to go full blown torch and pitchforks and find these Frankenstein monsters and get rid of them. I am so down with that.
I guess you pretty much answered Costanza's question. Is like, are you going to join to help deport the immigrants? So,
I will get. There are a few things in life I do for free, but that
one round at a time.
Yeah, no, yes, we will.
Because we do that.
We will have
a whole round of whiskey and do it for free at the same time.
We will pick them up one Home Depot at a time, because that's how we want to do it. So, yes.
And Tex will be glad to chuck them back over the wall.
Yo, I know that you can go down to Texas and do these hog hunts where you're like actually on a helicopter. They give you an AR-15.
Yeah,
but I would love if that would be the case along the border with illegals, because I would fucking do that in a second.
See, I kind of have a plan, and now I'm going to need a lot of money and land to do this on, but it's kind of a Wile E. Coyote thing. It involves a mass piece of property, a human-sized catapult with industrial-sized wood chippers about 3 acres away. We're going to launch all of these people from the catapults thinking like, oh, yeah, you're going to land in the Gulf of Mexico when we're totally lying to them, right? They land in these wood chippers. We film that and we sell it on pay-per-view and make some money for this great country. I think it's a beautiful play. But,
I'd buy that
pay
for
for
$1.
that shit.
unfortunately, Mr. President Trump has not installed me in his cabinet yet. I'm campaigning, but we'll see come January.
Texas
So,
yet not
it is
a warlord of Texas.
right. I don't.
So- I would love to be the warlord of my canton, because then I would also.
Oh yeah, no. See, I don't want to
Similar.
be called like Secretary of Defense because that sounds gay. Because that's a woman's job. I want to be like something like warlord, but I don't know, like immigrant czar. That would be a good title for me. That's something I could get down with. But I don't know. We'll figure out titles later. But
Title.
giving
How
feedback?
about
You
like,
get the job.
how about like head honcho of ICE at this point?
Oh God.
I don't know. Like I said,
Head honcho of ICE.
Well,
I've already got the name. It's going to be called Project Cleansing. We're going to make this, place presentable again.
that
So,
that almost sounds like was it the Final Solution?
No,
Kind of
God.
that.
No.
almost sounds like that.
No, see, we're not
doing
Nazis.
that,
We're,
Casey.
no, we're not. No, see, we're not going to fail like they did. Okay, we're going to solve the whole problem. So,
Well, I mean, that's the way to see it.
Also, what we need
This will
is
be
the
a truly
purge.
final solution then.
Also, what we need
No
is the
stragglers.
purge. What we need is the purge to become legal at the same time.
Oh God.
Well, I do
no,
question
because
why Poland and other countries can shoot illegals trying to cross over with lethal force, and yet America isn't allowed to do so.
Did you guys
Well, like
hear?
I said,
You guys know about
Yeah.
the Ugandan government, right? What they've been doing?
What?
The Ugandan government. Y'all know what they've been doing?
No.
No.
No, I do know what your mic is doing, and it sounds terrible.
six and to say, I was wondering if I was the only one hearing that or if I was crazy.
No, it's Kratos. See, now it goes away.
Okay.
Well, I know one thing. Original plan, we were gonna, me and AJ and whoever wanted to come on, we were gonna do this bit about TNA's wrestling's failure. I was watching, or actually listening to 83 Weeks with Eric Bischoff and was it Thompson? What's his name? Conrad
Thompson.
Yeah, they were talking about Eric and his time with TNA, and he brought up about this one meeting that they decided it was a brilliant idea to have this ass chewing live on Spike. Like, they thought this was a brilliant idea, and like you can see, you have the whole roster in the background while Dixie is talking to them, pretty much threatening them if they don't follow what she's doing and not question her, that they should find another job. I was like, this is going to make you look horrible. Why would you put this on TV? But she sounded like a total cunt.
Here's my
Yeah.
question.
What?
How did we get from deporting illegals to TNA?
Well, because this is the
That was one of his main topics. Was this on?
Yeah,
the,
to be fair, I think Casey probably already had that topic, and I just went in that direction because that's more fun to talk
No,
about.
we were already heading in that direction in case he wanted to switch it up to video game talk.
Well, hey, it's Casey's show. If he wants to talk wrestling again, have fun. Whatever.
Well,
So-
I
But
just learned-
anyways, before we start this, the Ugandan government is actually like giving death penalty to anyone in that community in their country.
Now, do they still
Anyone
speak in
who's
clicks
identified as
and
like
drum beats over
anything
there?
outside of male or female, they get the death penalty in Uganda.
Hey, I don't care as long as it doesn't cost my country money to send to them. So
Hey,
they can do whatever they want.
if it doesn't happen within the U.S. borders, I could give a shit. I'll be real honest with you. I don't give a damn.
That's
No, no, no. But
Go
also,
crazy.
you've also got to detest if they're sending tax money over to places like
Oh
you
yeah,
go
no.
for gay basket weaving and queer intersectional studies. You know,
Yeah, no, we're gonna cut funding to all the bullshit, and the rest of the world can burn for all I care. You know, it's not America first; it's America only. The way is the way it should be. But
yeah. But I mean, we got these people that are like, oh, we gotta be the world police. Like, oh, there's some.
no, we don't.
Well, I mean, I felt the new generation feels like we have to do this shit. Wow.
well, the new generation's retarded because the fact is, isolationist America was also the most prosperous America.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense for us to get involved in wars which most Americans probably couldn't even pick the countries out on a map if they had to.
Yep.
Yeah.
At
Well,
this
not-
point, yeah.
Just say it. Like, you know, the whole Jews and Muslims, yeah, they've been killing each other since the beginning. We're not going to solve that. Ukraine, yeah, sorry, you're done. Go back and be part of Russia where you belong. We don't care anymore. So, you know, we got bigger fish to fry.
I remember, Biden only did one thing smart in his entire 4 years he's been in office. One thing. He kept
What?
the tariffs in place that Trump had. He kept those tariffs in place.
Hey, which terrorist?
Tariffs in the other countries. The
I
don't think he ever
nah,
took those
that's not
tariffs.
exactly true, but maybe some, but for the most part, no. They got rid of most of Trump's economic plan. That was half of what Trump was campaigning on, actually.
That's why the economy suffered so much because they went back to
Right.
these.
Not just
Well-
that, but he cut off our oil pipeline, let Russia have theirs,
Yeah.
and
Oh
we
my
were
God.
buying hack tar from God knows where whenever we've got more oil under our feet than we could do anything with. Hell, have you seen how much has already changed and Trump has not even been put in office yet? Like the UN, like all of these countries across the world have already chose to start buying our oil again, and just because of the Trump effect. Man's not even in office yet. It's crazy.
Well,
Would explain why gas is so damn cheap right now.
I wouldn't say.
It's almost
I wouldn't
under
say
$3.
cheap. I wouldn't say cheap, but it's been cheaper because I mean
It's almost under $3,
because
bro.
the
It was almost $4
God.
at one point.
yeah, but back in my day, it was under $1.
Yeah, but it's not your day.
Well,
I mean,
and we can't discount the most glorious effect that he's had so far is the jack off worthy videos of all these leftists losing their shit. It makes my dick hard every time I watch one. Jesus Christ, is that good, mate? Oh my God. Have you seen these women shaving their hair off because Trump won? The
Yep.
level of mental
Really?
illness in this country is no. Oh yeah.
I talked
Dude,
about
oh,
it
yeah.
earlier, Casey.
why? Honestly, if you're gonna protest, why are you gonna like? You know what? The wrong person.
How could
won.
you?
I'm
How
gonna-
could you have not seen this? It's literally on every platform, social media wise. Women losing. Oh, I'm going to wake up with less rights than I had yesterday. Bitch, she doesn't even take office until January, and abortion's a states' rights thing anymore. These people are too stupid to know what they're complaining about.
Then they claim, okay, well, as a leftist, I won't have sex with any right wing guys. But right wing
Thank
guys
you.
are going for these degenerates anyways, and then they think they're getting a win by saying, "Well, I'm not going to have sex with you. I'm gonna give you what you want. I'm not going to have sex till marriage. I'm going to keep legs closed. Won't be a whore." And it's just like,
Right.
oh, so you've gone so crazy. You've come back to reason, and now you're doing exactly what it is that we thought you should be doing in the first place. And yes, after all, it's your body, but our choice.
Hey, just go watch half of these videos, and if you're not completely on board with repeal the 19th, I don't know what can get you there.
Yeah,
Because that literally just proves women are not emotionally stable enough to handle voting. And unfortunately, the conservative ladies, I'm sorry, y'all are going to have to be included in this because we can't be doing, well, you can, but you can't.
Exactly. I've seen so many
It
conservative
has to be
like,
across
yeah,
the board.
repeal the 19th, but like I still want to vote. It's like, sorry,
Right.
ladies, we have to understand that even those that are more sensible still suffer from this thing called emotionality, and you just can't keep it straight. So to be fair, we've got to remove that ability to vote for all women.
Hey, it's the only. How about this? How about all people who only pay taxes and/or own land vote? How about that? I like that idea too.
Okay,
Seems like that was kind of an original thing, huh? It's crazy, right?
Further, I say native born. So, like, even like
I'm
someone
fine with
like
that.
myself who is an immigrant, who isn't born in Canada but is naturalized and still adopts the identity better than most, including natural born Canadians. I would go as far as to say I don't have a right to vote as long as the founding stock, those that basically emblaze the ideology of the country and its essence into it, they should be allowed to vote. I'd be told, if makes me a secondhand citizen, so be it. But it's that prosperity that brought my parents here,
Right.
and that made me embrace the Canadian identity, because nothing's keeping me from leaving. But no matter where I was born, if I was black, I could easily go to Africa. I was born in Argentina. I could go back to that shithole, live with a bunch of fucking Latinos. No, thank you. I'm Canadian. This is where I grew up. This is what I know. And I'll take secondhand class citizenship over a country being destroyed by garbage from the third world.
Well, the fact is, go ahead, Casey.
I'm making a banner right now where I'm saying that these views don't represent the views of Casey Raw.
What? Well, okay. Well, what are we saying that's so bad? Pride in one's nation, defending it, representing it properly. Like, what about this is so reprehensible?
He's trying to get that illegal Latino vote. I think that's the reason why.
Oh yeah, because that's so worse.
Because it certainly matters now, right? Where you literally have the caravans heading back. As soon as they heard this shit, I don't know if you heard this text, but like a bunch of these caravans that were being pushed.
Oh yeah, it completely broke up.
Being helped by Israeli NGOs. They literally heard the news and then
Catholic charities, by the way, we have to mention those too.
Yeah.
But, yes.
The foreign agents that should be registered, but yeah, they're like, oh shit, Trump got elected, we got to go back. There's no way in hell we're gonna get in there.
I forget the name of the county in Texas, but it's like 97% Mexican. Like almost the entire whole county is Mexican. 3/4 of them voted Trump. If the most Hispanic county in the state voted that way, that should tell you something. In case you as a white
Mexicans
man
are sick of Mexicans.
Right. Casey, you should. This is the liberal brainwashing that has beaten you into submission over all these years of not having a pair between your legs and a backbone. You should not run from this. What? Like,
well,
do you see what I'm saying?
No, hold on. In Casey's defense, that entire fucking state voted red. And there were
Oklahoma voted correctly.
Oklahoma seems to be an okay place to go.
Well, I mean, if I was going to go vote, I would vote for Trump because.
But you didn't. You didn't go vote?
No.
Okay, see, the most important election that you'll ever face in your short lifespan, you didn't even go vote.
Well, I mean, I was working.
I told him to go vote. He didn't go vote.
I went to vote. I mean, I was at work, and when I was done, I came home, I took a nap.
There was early voting for 2
And-
weeks before the
the
election
polls-
day.
And the polls were still open till 9.
No, it was already done when I woke up from my nap.
Dude, they had early voting for 2 weeks before the election down here.
Oh.
I am an anti-American.
I'm just happy my the right
you-
person. Did
Oh, you
win.
you pulled the Joe Cronin. I cheered him on. I didn't vote for him, but I cheered him on from the sidelines like a fucking football game.
Well, and see, this is the thing
Hold
right
on.
here.
Granted, I hate to cut you off. Like, what
No, you
is
don't.
Go
my
ahead,
one? What's my one vote going to do anyways? While I knew the state of Oklahoma was. Gonna
First of all,
be
are you an
dragged.
animal or are you a human? Because you show that at least you have choice by voting. And again, it further solidifies his win. It further shows the populace this isn't a fringe thing. This isn't like just half the
Right.
country. This
I'm
is the
sure-
majority of the fucking views out there.
I'm sure people went in there to wait in line for voting to vote for Batman to be president.
No, you're wrong.
Well, and those people will be those people will also be included in Project Cleansing once I install that into the government. But you've think of how many people fought and died over the last 200 years for you to have that right to vote,
Yeah.
whether it's rigged or not.
And
you
you're
should
not
still execute that privilege.
you're not speaking your own, again, you're not showing the defiance to the system and saying fuck you. Even if you've lived in all these things that I can do in my life, I'm still showing that I'm willing to stand up for what I believe in,
Right.
and I'm willing to share my vote. So, Casey,
Well,
I mean, this excuse about a nap, like you could have just stood in line and voted. You could have voted early.
You could have
Again,
mailed your vote in.
it's done. It's over with. The right
oh,
person.
no, yeah, but the shame in you will live forever.
But this right here, Casey, I'm going to use Casey as an example because he just likes to hear his name get talked about. So many lazy Americans. Oh, somebody else will vote. I live in a red state. I don't have to worry about it. So many people have that ideal.
That's
it-
true.
If one person has that attitude, fine, it doesn't affect us. If a bunch, it costs us literally everything.
It costs you your freedom. It costs you your freedom
Yes.
when you don't exercise your voice.
But hold on. Like I said, the right person, the person who I rooted on, won. So.
Okay, but
But you cheered them
Rooting
on.
on.
Were you fundraising for them? Were you going door to door for canvassing for them? No, you weren't. You're just here on
Oh,
the
yeah.
internet saying I cheered
Oh,
them on.
Hold on, you don't know that. I could probably.
I certainly know that. If you're not even willing to wait in line for fucking voting, what do you like? Do you really think I'm going to believe you're going to walk door to door canvassing? Shut the
Well,
fuck up.
Well, hold on. How many doors do I have to talk to? I mean, could that mean like if I walk
Enough to make a difference that people will change the tide of the election.
What about if I went to one door, say vote for Trump?
And that
Okay.
person has control over a
okay,
million
but let me
votes?
ask the ultimate question here. It's not what if, but did you?
No,
Let's go
Okay,
ahead.
there you go.
Let's go ahead and move on. I
no.
can't.
Yeah, that's
I-
fine. I wanted to solve that issue.
I had the right of a red-blooded American to not answer that question.
No, you don't.
But if you didn't vote for that right, should you have that right though?
Ah, great point. That's true.
Mhm.
You got you there, Casey.
Checkmate.
I mean, that's like saying, "Oh, I didn't help buy these groceries. I didn't help prepare this meal, but I'm going to eat most of it."
Yep.
Is that right? You know what I mean?
Or here, let's put it in terms I understand. I almost joined the military, but we won that war.
There you go. It's it's the same thing as somebody with Oh, I was in the army, but they go to the to the Army Navy store and they buy fatigues that say Marines on them, and they walk around with stolen valor. It's almost that exact same thing.
Oh, I
You know,
love
for
seeing those
somebody like
people.
What
I love
did
seeing
this-
those
oh those
people.
oh
I
those
love
people are
killing the new
hilarious,
one.
walking around with like I watched a guy was wearing Marine fatigues and I think it was Navy and Air Force patches or something on it. And like this dude just blew his shit up. It was
Yeah,
Oh,
I've seen
dude,
that shit.
I'm wanting to come across one just so I could rip him a new one. I would love to.
Well, if it
but
ever
Casey, that's my
happens,
point though, is and I know you're not politically minded, and I'm not expecting you to start listening to Drew Hernandez and Roger Stone and Alex Jones and all of these guys. Not expecting you to understand that. But even on the littlest level, you should pay attention to at least what's going on in your state and local areas. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not just picking on you. This goes towards everybody. But you should at least know what's going on. You know
I
what I mean?
feel like this has been the Bash Casey hour.
No, it's
So-
been Casey's been retarded, and we're trying to get you back on track. And you know what, Tex, I disagree with you. If this man was exposed while driving around to Alex Jones on the radio, he might improve as a human being.
Oh,
It'd
no,
be
I have no doubt he will.
To leave that camp of pussyhood.
It's as simple as Casey. Don't listen to the people on YouTube because they're the ones that have to agree with the terms of service. They don't get down to the hard truths. You want to go just download Rumble. Rumble is an amazing streaming service. They don't censor. They don't do none of that shit. You need to follow InfoWars, Alex Jones Network. It's his new thing starting up because they're taking InfoWars away from him. I would particularly recommend Drew Hernandez. He has some of the best conservative politics I've ever heard in my life. Very based man. Follow these people. Just listen to them. And pick. And like I said, this goes to everybody. Listen to these smart folks. You will learn something. But it is what it is. No.
Well, I mean, I didn't hear about the whole thing about people protesting because of Trump won. Like, to me, I like I said, I think the right person won. I know there's going to be definitely people are going to fight back on this because like they did it back in 2016 before he won the election then. And they were shitting.
The world was a different place, though. About a week before the election, Trump did a rally at Madison Square Garden in New York City. There was about 100 people protesting. If that was 2016, there would have been 10,000 out there. But go look at 45% of Mexican men voted for Trump. Almost 20% of black men voted Trump. Like, the scales have tipped. Like, we're not living in the same world. They went so far left with this Bidenomics and rushing the borders that more people than not are finally awake, and it's a glorious thing to see.
Well, it's because
took them a while.
Because Biden did such a horrible job, and
right.
Like we didn't. I mean, how's Kamala going to fix this? I mean, she was probably the brains behind him.
Kamala was a puppet. She was never going to do anything she wasn't told to.
So, like, to me,
and funny enough, the only states that Kamala won were the ones where you didn't have to prove who you were by identification. That's also kind of a funny statistic as well. Yeah, so just worth pointing out.
Makes you wonder what would have happened if voter ID was required in those states.
Oh, it would have been Reagan. Like he would have gotten at least 49 out of the 50, like Reagan did, minimum.
He may even won California. Go ahead, Casey.
Ryan the Hill said apparently black men who voted for Trump.
Oh, of course. Yeah, the day after the election, Al Sharpton, that race grifter that he is, was calling black men racist and Mexican men misogynist.
I'm just
Yeah,
hoping
and
our I'm hoping he's gonna fix our economy. I mean, God, like one of the biggest things is when I guess during Biden, that's when they started like, oh, we gotta make minimum wage $15. That's where everything started going up in inflation. Because yeah, I know we hadn't hit $15 yet, but I mean, like, dude, that's pretty fucked up. I mean, like, I remember when my ex brother-in-law was working for McDonald's, and he had some people go on strike for $15 an hour. He's like, "Oh, good luck with that when your hours get cut." And like, he's right. And not only that, that's when you started seeing the fucking kiosk now at McDonald's instead of going up to the person. Like, yeah, you'll make $15 an hour, but your hours probably been cut in half now.
did he ever
Like,
get you discounts on
Well,
food?
no, but he
not even
actually,
just that, but the look at the prices on the menus of those places that demand $15 an hour jobs. That's why your McDonald's meal now costs you 3 times as much as what it used to.
no,
So
exactly. That's when you don't even have the dollar menu anymore
no, there
because
is no dollar menu now.
yeah, like there's because of shit like that. And like, yeah, it was gone before this, but it didn't help when like everything's gone up.
It also doesn't
Like,
help when you have people that decide to freak out in the restaurant and just damage all this stuff, and the police won't, do anything, and civilians won't do anything either because they're charged with simply trying to stop a psycho.
Right. Well,
but
it's look at our society as a whole. I went to go buy light bulbs for my truck, just for head and tail lights. I had to have a stupid woman employee come over and unlock the cabinet, and she had to get into the cabinet 3 times because I wasn't allowed to reach in myself. She got the wrong ones 3 times, by the way. Walked them over to the register, and
Oh,
I had to pay
woman.
for it before I was even done shopping because blacks go steal. But hey, thanks, people.
well,
So
I
that's
told
all.
you before. I told you before. I went to a bad area of town at this Walmart. I was like, hey, I need some socks. So I said,
Do
hey,
you
let me
ever
go
see a
get 'em.
Walmart in a good part of town though? It's kind of funny how they always in a certain area.
All
It is
right,
funny that Casey had to go to Walmart for socks, though. That is very funny.
but I mean, honestly, if you're in the rich part of town, you're not going to see it there.
I
But
kind of imagine
you're,
Casey will buy like a package of socks, right? And he puts on one pair and literally wears them till they fall off of his body, like his skin absorbs the fabric, and that's when he knows to change them. I've always kind of imagined Casey
You
that
can
way.
only get hoof-sized socks at Walmart.
thanks, Trektopedia.
What's that?
He said,
You-
fuck, pretty much heck with Omega. Casey's the belt collector.
Okay.
Omega. Who is Omega?
Kenny Omega. The
Oh, the wrestler guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
So no, there was one time, like I said, I was at the bad part of town Walmart.
Just in the
And
black part of town. It's okay.
the black.
You're in the ghetto. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the ghetto area, and I went in there. I was like I said, I went to go get a bag of socks. So I went up there, and it was locked up. I was like, okay.
Well,
So I was
that's
like,
because you have too many Jamals going in there, chipping out and stealing everything because victimhood. But that's beside the point.
On the plus
Well,
side, he had a
and-
colored cashier twerk up on him. So he was very happy about that.
See, and I rang the bell. They came over. I figured, hey, they'll just give me the pack of socks that I want.
Yo,
and
cute
then
with
I'll
your
move on.
bald head, yo.
And she's like, "Well, are
You
you
got her
done?"
number that night.
I could see Casey having jungle fever for Shaniqua. I could see that.
Hey, a pussy's a pussy.
But she said that, "Are you done shopping?" Like, no. It's like, well, we're not supposed to you're supposed to be done when you want to get these. I'm like, what the fuck? Who does that? Like, the last
you
thing.
know,
you know who does that. Come on. Listen.
well, like I said, that's because a certain demographic, would rather steal the shit than pay for it, and
this is
now
a
we
new-
all suffer.
This is a new
Well-
America. We can finally admit the truth. That's the truth.
Right.
God damn, Rose, that sounded like some good shit.
It is.
This is a Donald Trump America where there's only two genders. There's no soft speech. If you're offended, go to hell. And this is the way things are. So deal with it.
Well, you know what it is with Walmart though. They're kind of like, what it is. They've probably been losing a little bit too much money, so they want to treat the customers as criminals. That's like the whole thing. Like I knew the last time I went in there to go grocery shopping that I had a whole basket of groceries, and I had to hold on to the receipt because I knew I was going to be stopped. And it's to the point where
Well, hang on right there. At a public store like Walmart, you don't have to show them a receipt, right?
I know you're not
Legally.
supposed. You're legally, like you said, but I've seen so many episodes of YouTube, like channels that people they tried to move on and they've been hold
Okay.
Yeah,
up
that's
by
called harassment.
Translation: Casey doesn't want to floor anybody there and potentially deal with civil.
The only stores that if you sign up for a membership and it's part of the rules, then yes, you have to stop and show a receipt.
Oh,
But if you go to Walmart, buy groceries and an Xbox video game, whatever,
oh my
pay
god!
for it, whether it's self checkout or regular, and you have that receipt in your hand, that is basically a receipt of a transaction of these are now my items. You have no right to look through them.
Oh
That's
my
an invasion
god!
of privacy.
Talbot, how did that not freaking get blocked? That's funny. There, where the whole
Hey,
thing.
Talvish is a smart man. I don't care what anybody said. Talvish is based. I'm telling you what. So it's all good.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes, I
keep
I
all
made
your Pookies and your Ray Rays and your Shaniquas in line. They are prone to chimp out, so you have to watch out for that. So
But I mean, eventually, what's going to happen? I mean, we're already working for Walmart when we had to self checkout ourselves.
Well, they're closing those down though. They've had too much theft, and they're like, "Yeah, we can't afford this." So let's go back. I love it when the system collapses on itself, where again, normal people would realize, "Oh shit, these computers are taking people's jobs." That's allowing for salaries to be reduced and suppressed, and yet the people stealing, which is obviously bad, has forced them to say, "Shit, it's cheaper to hire somebody and have another job out there that can feed somebody's family than to keep the fucking self-checkout where we lose even more money." I love when the system fucking eats itself. It's the same thing with these whores. Like, I'm not going to have sex and I'm not going to use abortion because I won't be having sex. It's like, yeah, but that's, you just fell into our plan. That's exactly what we always.
what's so funny about that though is they're literally doing us a favor by weeding out the left-minded zombies from the gene pool, so they don't procreate. So we don't have to worry about it. They are literally Team Trump, and they don't even realize it. God bless those morons. They are on our team, by God. So thank you, morons. We appreciate it. But
Let's bring up. I'll bring people getting stopped, getting Go ahead and talk. I'm gonna try to find a video of that where people getting stopped at for the receipts.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, okay. Joe Compton here. Yeah,
Yeah,
Compton's still here.
yeah.
I know you're not a political guy. You don't talk about it, vote about it, but I'm going to put you on the stand here just because I want to. So deal with
All
it.
right. All
But
right.
what are your thoughts? You've served this country multiple times. You've given more than any of us have. So God bless you for your service, first of all.
Thank you.
But what are your thoughts on where America is going in the future? I'm curious.
All right, now it's at the lowest I've seen it since I can't say the lowest. Obama was pretty shitty. But now, hopefully, the economy will turn around with Trump being reelected, which he shouldn't have been. He should have been reelected back 2016. No, 2020. He should have been
2020.
reelected. Sorry,
Um,
math
Yeah.
is off.
he
Math
was
is off. I had a
actually.
brain fart.
Which, hang on, before you go any further, Joe, go back and look at the numbers of how many votes each Democrat got. Joe Biden got a between 12 and 15 million vote bump that Kamala didn't get. I wonder where those voters went. Did they all die? No, maybe they weren't real in the first place.
They
It's almost like
disappeared.
Trump won last time. That's crazy. Isn't that crazy, right? But anyways, please continue, Joe.
Trump should have been reelected in 2020,
Yes.
but America decided to fuck up and vote the old man in. So now Trump has to go in, refix, and get everything back to the way it was prior because the old man decided to fuck up and just completely neuter this country. So things will eventually get better. I know it will.
Oh, I do agree. I think under Trump we're going to do better. I mean, he already did it beforehand. I mean, we had better economy. Everything was doing better. Like the only black mark it was because of the pandemic, and you cannot blame that on him. Like same thing with the whole thing with Biden. You can't blame the pandemic on
This
him
election exposed 2020, but the figure I just brought up, there was about, like I said, about 12 to 15 million votes, Democratic votes, that were not there this time. That didn't exist. That number was all the dead people, the dogs that you heard voting, people voting multiple times. The reason why that didn't go down was because Laura Trump, who was co-chair of the RNC for all this, actually had lawyers in places like Pennsylvania, Arizona. Do you know it? Okay, Florida counted 90% of their votes in 2 hours. It took Arizona days to get to 70%, which just exposes the left-wing hypocrisy that is going on here. But luckily, hopefully in 2028, we shouldn't have this problem because Arizona did get a new vote counter. I can't remember the guy's name, but hopefully Arizona's better then. It took him forever to call Nevada. That should have been called election night as well, but it didn't matter at the end of it because Laura Trump and I forget the other RNC chair name. They took care of shit, so it's all good.
I was going around, people are like, "Oh, how you felt that your woman didn't win?" It's like, so I mean, I wanted Trump to win, but people like I've been saying for years that he was doing a horrible job, that Biden was doing a horrible job. Now I actually said, but before Biden, I thought George W. was our worst president since I've been alive. Nope.
George W.
Biden.
didn't even run his own presidency. Dick Cheney did.
Hell,
Yeah, but Obama's the worst.
Yes.
No, Biden.
Obama did more damage to this country than any president we've ever had.
Yep.
He divided this country. Look at the race shit that he did in this country. He split more people than anybody else.
I mean, you do see the hate for Trump. Like I said before, back in 2016.
You see the hate for white people. It's actually institutionalized. They talk about institutional racism. Yeah, it's on
Yeah.
record. It's against whites.
Yeah. Whatever
But-
the left is accusing you of is what they're doing. Just know that ahead of time.
So I brought this 2-minute video up with this channel. It says verifying whether Walmart can make you show a receipt. So it looks like it's a news thing. I never heard of verified, but let's go ahead and check this out.
Hey, you ever shop at Walmart? Who hasn't? Tonight, we're verifying a question from a viewer about something that happens at most of their stores. Here's Lauren Tallarico.
You know, when you're shopping at Walmart and the door guy or girl asks to see your receipt, most of us stop, right? But do we have to? A post on social media caught our attention about that very thing, saying you do not have to stop. There is no law stating as such. So we wanted to verify, can you just stroll on by at Walmart and not show your receipt? We checked in with Fort Bend Precinct 3 Constable Wayne Thompson for this. He told us there is no law that allows a store to demand you show your receipt. You can walk on by if you wish. So it's true. We can verify you don't have to stop at Walmart. But here's where it gets a little bit tricky. We checked with KHOU legal analyst Gerald Treese, who told us about something called shopkeeper's privilege in Texas. It allows a store to detain a suspected shoplifter with probable cause. So if you don't show your receipt and they have other proof, yes, they could stop you. But Treese says simply not showing a receipt is not enough. But what about Sam's Club and Costco? They stop you too. Treese says you do have to show your receipt there because it's a membership service. And when you signed their terms and conditions, that's what you agreed to. All right. Do you have something you'd like us to verify? Send us an email.
That's literally everything I just said 20 minutes ago.
Yes, it is.
Well, the problem is,
That's literally everything I just said.
I've seen videos of people being harassed by workers.
Okay,
because-
it's one thing if you're walking through and that beep thing goes off, then yes, they have the right to check because probable cause. But if that does not happen, you go on
Keep on
forth your
going.
merry way. And I would love to see the 85-year-old woman stop me as I'm leaving Walmart, pushing my shopping button. Please get in my way, old lady. I dare you. So
I'm trying to find another one.
I don't shoplift. I'm not black. I'm not a thief. I'm not some third world hellion that doesn't
Oh.
belong here in the first place. So
Here's one right here.
All right, so obviously I can't leave Walmart without showing a receipt for my case of water and my little Pringles can right here. To associate.
Stop first cases of water and Pringles.
It's right here.
yeah,
So what law is that? That I have to show a receipt.
It's our job. If it's not in a bag, then we have to see a receipt.
Okay, so am I breaking the law by not showing you my receipt? Are you impeding my movement to freely?
Problem is,
yeah,
how the fuck?
that's harassment. That's what that is.
how
Just grab the water and Pringles and go. Say fuck you.
Yes.
Hey, how are you supposed to put a bag? No, put that pack of water in a bag. There's no bag big enough to put that case of water right there. Like,
Well, I can tell you exactly where this is going to end up with. Right now, you can still go in and pick up things, look at them before you buy. If this is not headed off, what's going to happen is you're going to walk through and there's going to be a picture of an item. You're going to scan it with a barcode with your phone or whatever kind of device they have. And you're going to walk up to the register, pay for it, and they're going to bring you your stuff, maybe to your car outside, or there's an area at the store where you pick up location and everything will be in the bag. That's where we're headed, unfortunately.
you know what? I mean, I mean, we already have that where you can order your stuff through the app, and you just stop
Right.
by.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The systems are already in place. It's going to be, oh, download the Walmart app. We'll shop for you free of charge. When in reality is we don't trust you to come into our stores, and we're going to overcharge you for all these items and say that the process is free. So you end up paying more for it,
Yeah,
and you don't get to pick up, inspect your goods, make sure your fruit is ripe or it's not bad. You're not going to be able to do that in the future if this is not dealt with immediately.
that's funny how he gets stuff for a case of water and Pringles.
Well, I'd tell Kelly to get the hell out of my way, or I'm calling the cops. Is what I would have done. But
Go.
No, you just
Are you
would have done what
violating?
I would have done. You just would have grabbed
Yeah,
the water
totally.
you just would have done what I would have done. Shoulder the water, grab the Pringles with the other hand, keep on walking.
And flipped her off as I was walking out of the store. Yes.
What about stopping those two people? No, those three people right here. Like, what about them? Maybe he's carrying something while escorting his daughters. Like, maybe she needs to harass him too. But
Well, okay, it's like,
go ahead.
for an example of the opposite. Okay, today I had to go to Tractor Supply. I had to get supplies for my animals and stuff. And I needed shavings, which are like little wood shavings that you put under pens and, what for
Yeah,
goats and different animals and whatever.
yeah.
Well, these things are like the size of a hay bale. It's like it's like a big plastic square bag. And I had to get 10 of them, right? Well, they don't keep that shit in the stores. So what do? I'll walk inside and say, hi, I need 10 of the wood shavings, outside. They charge me for 10. They don't walk me out front. I pay for it. I go outside. I load it myself. I could have took 20. I could have took 100, but guess what? I only took 10 because that's what I paid for. Because I'm a decent human being. Some stores still have decency about themselves. Walmart is a globalist government organization tied in with all this nonsense. This is why they treat you like crap, to demoralize you.
Well, they treat everyone as criminals. I'm like,
Right.
God forbid you come in there. Like, a lot of times I'll go in with my headset and listen to music, and so I don't have to deal with people's bullshit. And I'm like, plus when I have an idiot just walk in front of me, I could try to cool down. But no, I just get sick of being treated like a criminal when you go into Walmart.
Well, demand to be treated as you think you should be. Don't accept their nonsense. Not that hard.
But it's like you said. I mean, Target doesn't do it. Like, and not actually go to Target. I think they have more cashiers than self checkouts, and yeah, they're a little bit more expensive, but you don't get treated like a criminal at Target.
The only times I go into Target is if there's like an exclusive collectible that's only sold there. That's the only times I go into that place. Otherwise, I don't go.
There are some cool stuff from Target. Like, I got some cool Nintendo stuff from Target. So.
Well, Target sells a lot of the figures that I collect that they'll like it's actually right by the video game section. They'll have like the collectible part or whatever over there, and they'll have a lot of stuff that Walmart may or may not carry or whatever. But that's the only time I deal with them. That nonsense. Like, you don't let them treat you like a criminal. That's the whole point. If I'm going to steal, I'm going to do better than a place like Walmart. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to take that chance, I'm going to make it worth it at least.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but this guy's definitely a criminal. Who goes in just for a pack of water and Pringles,
Yeah, if you're going to steal, wouldn't you steal like a 12-pack of beer or, something worthy? Not some water in plastic bottles with the fluoride and the shit in it. Yeah, no thank you. I'm good.
my constitutional rights right now over a damn receipt.
I worked here 15 years.
I don't care how long you work here.
Water. I had to show my receipt.
Well, I mean, that's your choice.
What problem do you have? With
Just
showing
because
your
you give up your
Well, I
freedom
mean,
doesn't mean I have to, woman.
What?
I said just because she gives up her freedoms and rights doesn't mean we have to. But no, beside the point, I guess.
Look at her face. She's so defeated, by the way. Like, she's like, I wish I don't work here. Like, I mean, working at Walmart, I'm not going to say it's the greatest place, but at least it's a job. But being a greeter and now a checker, whatever, receipt checker, is probably not the best position in the store. I think I would prefer to be the janitor before be the greeter. But yeah, she looks like she's defeated.
Suspecting me of stealing this?
Well, I don't know whether you paid for that or not.
Well, you can go check the cameras.
I cannot go check the camera.
Well, then you can call your loss prevention or you can call the code 10 up here. I don't like being criminalized at all.
Well, you have to check everyone's receipt.
That's
Everyone.
bullshit.
That's our job.
Especially those people just walk by with product. Like, you have to check theirs even though they're walking by right now.
Well, and see, this shows right here. This shows how they get you to give up your rights is by hassling you into it. They make it difficult. You know, they're technically not doing anything illegal. They can't make you do it, but if you know, it's almost like what's the word I'm looking for? Like, if you see, it's almost like a copycat kind of thing, right? Like if you're shopping and you see two people showing their receipts on the way out the door, you're more prone to do it too. You know, it's one of those kind of things. They have no standing to do it. The receipt in your hand is a fulfilled contract of you picked out these goods, you paid for these goods, and they are now yours. They have no right to them. That is a public place. It's not a private club. It's not a membership based. They can do nothing to you. I refuse. I will just keep walking. And if you want to stop me, well, you can deal with my lawyer. Good luck. And I would call my lawyer on that. Just because they ruined my day, I'm going to make them pay for it.
Honestly, this should be loss prevention's job and not the greeters. Because
Well, why do you need loss prevention if the little security alarm didn't go off? Nothing was stolen. Now you're wasting. Now let's see. Well, see. Hang on. This takes it to another level because if loss prevention is called now, they're not back there watching cameras for someone who might actually be stealing. They're getting called out. So that's technically time theft on Walmart's own behalf of their stupid employees. Whenever the guy back there should be watching cameras is now hassling a perfectly regular citizen who's completely legal.
Yeah, I mean, let the guy go through. If you hear beep, 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 then say, hey, can I check your receipt? I'm like,
Right.
uh-oh, you forgot to pay for this bag of Pringles right here. It's like, oh, my bad. Like,
You know, Walmart should focus less on checking receipts as loose shopping buggies out in the parking lot. How about they spend time on that? That's something productive.
Actually, it's funny you said that because now, like, I seen at a Walmart, like a neighborhood Walmart, I saw a sign said that if a cart goes outside a certain area, it locks up. Like, I was thinking, how the hell it does that? But I guess now there's certain devices that locks up the.
Well, the answer is simple. Well, number one, people should just be decent human beings and put your shopping buggy away before you leave in the little cart wrangler thingy. But do like the Aldi stores do. They make you put in a quarter on the handle and they have the little chain connected to it. So if you want your quarter back, you have to go put the shopping buggy back like a decent human being. Not that
No,
difficult.
I agree with that. I always put it in the buggy area, but I think the reason they're doing that is because they don't want people like the homeless people to take off with the carts, because it
Well,
said
that yes, that, but it also keeps your parking lots free and clear of stray shopping, carts out in the
yeah.
parking lot. So double whammy.
But honestly, if they had that technology, here's an idea: if you're stealing, and if it sets it off the sensors, then your casters on your shopping cart should stop right there. That would force you to have to do this instead of than this. But we got Russell Louise in the chat. Says we got breaking news. MLW Lucha Uncle. Oh God, I'm trying to pronounce that. Stream is canceled due to technical issues. They will air tomorrow on delay. Oh, I mean, I don't watch
I've
it.
never watched an MLW show. I know nothing about them.
I like it. I mean, I'm sure MLW is good, but I just never sit down.
I don't watch wrestling, so I don't know what's good, bad, or indifferent. I don't really care.
I'm gonna have to change this title again. I'm gonna.
Or hey, talk about your TNA thing. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I know the show went off the rails, but if you want to do your topic, whatever, rock on. It's all good.
But we will talk about TNA in a little bit. I'm sorry about these guys, but I mean, I like this topic though. That's why I let it continue. But let's see.
Look at how much sadness is in her face. She knows she's a miserable prick. Like she just knows.
That's what I'm saying. She feels defeated. I'm trying to see if he got the cops on him.
There's a reason why I do it. Okay, because soon we'll have to prove that we're not guilty of being a thief or anything without any kind of evidence.
Look, there's a sensor right there. Like I said, when you first come in, it beeps if you had a product or something you stole. It's gonna beep when he leaves. So, what's the person should be outside with loss prevention than this. This is just stupid.
Well, it's
I don't like asking for
it's
receipts,
retarded.
just people giving me receipts. So.
Well, I definitely thank you.
Yeah.
You too.
I guess he's allowed to go.
See, you don't back down. You don't waiver your rights. You don't give in to their Nazi receipt checkers. It should be just fine. Got the damn fucking thing of chips and some water. It's absolutely ridiculous.
See, what people don't know is this is actually Joe Compton that filmed this video. He just doesn't want to claim it.
Hey, you got me.
If you turn that camera in, you'd see that ugly bastard in that faggot cowboy hat he runs.
See, it's just stupid what happens about that, but
well, to be fair though, the average person doesn't even know what rights they actually do have, which is why they succumb to stuff like this.
I agree with that, but I think I fall into the where I just don't want to deal with the bullshit.
Right, but the minute you give up the freedom, you don't deserve it. So if you just, oh, fine, I'll stop. I know I don't have to. You have now given up that right.
It's fucking Nazi receipt checkers.
I love that. I laughed my ass off at that. So this is, I'm pretty sure I have to be careful. I might have to edit this part out, but like I said, I was listening to 83 Weeks with Eric Bischoff, and they were talking about how Dixie Carter was having this meeting with all the TNA wrestlers. Pretty much, they were getting their ass chewed live on TV. And I was like, wow, this does not make her look good. But let's go ahead and play this.
President 6 years ago and had a lot of people telling me how to run a wrestling company. And while I appreciate their contributions, it's time for a change. We've had a lot of great things going on in this company. We've made a lot of changes in the last few months.
Look how defeated. They're like, I have the same look when we're having meetings at any job. They're chewing your ass out. This is the same look on your face. Why are you going to put this on TV? It's like, this doesn't look good for TNA.
That I'm sure you've seen, and we made a bigger change even last week. I can assure you that we'll have more changes coming in the coming weeks and the coming months as well. Nobody likes drastic change. Nobody likes big moves. I understand that. And it affects different people different ways. And while I respect that those of you out there might have differing opinions of the decisions that I'm making, I expect you to support me 100%. When you question things in this company, you're questioning me. And I cannot allow that to happen. Business is about choices. I've made the choice to put my finances, my reputation, my passion, my love behind each and every one of you and this company. And it's time for you to do the same thing. You have a choice to make. You can choose to support me. You can choose to support the direction TNA is going, or you can choose not to. But you'll need to find another place to work. It's time for us to...
You gotta love being threatened your job if you don't agree with her opinion. You know? I mean,
I gotta speak on this, Casey. I gotta speak on this. Like
right.
AJ Styles said, that Dixie Carter's daddy bought her a wrestling company. That's pretty much it. This is like Tony Khan. Tony Khan's daddy bought him a wrestling company. This is the same shit.
Yeah, but I actually think
So,
Tony Khan...
Was this not a storyline?
Evidently.
I don't think... I don't know what's the whole thing. Conrad Thompson and Eric Bischoff think this whole thing was written up by Vince Russo. I think...
Well, that's. I mean, like I said, I don't remember who was where when, but they could have been going for a whole like wrestling is real thing, like, you know, the whole like Vince coming out and saying, "Oh, I know that you're tired of, you know, us thinking you're stupid with fake characters or whatever." You know, like maybe this is an attempt to be more real or something. I don't.
So what you're saying is that it's a shoot and it's not. It's, you know, I would say.
It's like a shoot, but they're working it. You know what I'm like?
Like
they're actually like. I'm trying to. I mean, you know better than me, AJ. You know the TNA stuff.
Yeah, it's a work.
Wasn't there at one point? Wasn't there at one point like Eric Bischoff and her were fighting for TNA?
Yeah. Listen. Okay, so back in 2010, Bischoff and Hogan came into TNA because Dixie Carter, like I said a little bit ago, what AJ Styles said, is Dixie Carter's daddy bought her a wrestling company. She didn't know how to fucking run the damn company, and so who she bring in? She brings Hogan and Bischoff, two idiots that fucking killed WCW, are going to kill TNA. And what do? They went and killed TNA. They went there and fucking took all Dixie's daddy's money. Fucking drove the company into the fucking ground. Dixie didn't know how to fucking run it. She literally fucking got rid of single-handedly the fan favorites, like everybody's favorite wrestler, AJ Styles. Like literally, he's the flag bearer of that company, and he walked out. The minute that he walked out of that company, the company went to shit.
Well, here's the thing. Some of the big name contracts was paid by Spike, not Dixie. Like the names
But
like
she owns the company, though. That's what
yeah,
I'm getting
but
at, Casey.
yeah, but the people like Hogan and Eric Bischoff and even Kurt Angle and Sting, that money came from Spike, not from TNA, because Spike knew they needed those big names to come in, and so that's why they flipped the
Yeah,
bill.
but
And
isn't this called the failure though of TNA? I mean, let's be honest here. They failed TNA. Dixie Carter brought in fucking Hogan and Bischoff, who
oh
fucking
yeah,
killed a company before, and even Kevin Nash said it on the fucking or no, Hogan said it on one of the fuck because there's a clip on YouTube that literally says that, oh, this is a different time, guys. We can't do this because it was Sean Waltman, Hogan, Nash, Hall, and Bischoff all in the fucking same ring. And this was like, I think this was like Thursday Night Impact or the when they went head to head in 2010, the Monday Night Impact with the whole
well,
band and all that.
well, I mean, do I think what Hogan and Bischoff did on TNA was good? No,
They
but
destroyed
like,
it. They ruined it.
yeah, but I
Because
honestly,
Hogan got rid of got rid of the 6-sided ring, which was
oh,
was a staple at TNA. Oh, we got to do a four square ring, and it's like a traditional. It's like no, TNA when it started up, yes, when it was NWA TNA, that was the squared circle, yeah.
yeah,
But then then Jeff Jarrett, he said, well, we're going to do the 6-sided ring, which a lot of wrestlers said they hated it because of doing moves off of, but it was unique. It was, you think of the 6-sided ring, you think TNA. That's just how it is.
well, I heard the wrestlers did not like the six-sided ring because it was built differently. And when they took a bump on it, it would hurt. While the four-sided ring was built properly, and when they
Yeah.
up, it was better. AJ Styles said that, and I think
Yeah.
that Stone Cold the podcast. He's like, "Oh, here we're gonna go for Kurt Angle was gonna do the moonsault on him, and it hurt with, with the six-sided ring, but on the four-sided ring,
Wow, dude, you're like echoing really bad.
I know. No, I'm hearing it definitely. I don't know where that's coming from,
Somebody's
but
breathing like really heavily. You hear that, right?
I do hear
Not
like,
me. I was muted.
No, we weren't talking you.
but no, but TNA. I mean, going back to this meeting, even though let's say Vince Russo did write this uh, speech for her, one you don't see her actually have like the speech in front of her. Maybe there's a what was it
Okay,
called
well, that's as simple as she either learned lines or there's an earpiece in her ear. That's not hard.
that on like. And she doesn't. She's the president of the company. She doesn't have to say that.
If they put
But
this on television, I'm more inclined to believe it was storyline.
Right.
well, like
It was story.
what?
Well, it's two things to me. One, it's storyline, but two, which goes along with one, I would guess TNA was probably not doing well, and this was their way of telling the fans, "Hey, we know we suck. We're going to do better, and this is our way of telling you in an entertaining fashion."
Well, I can bring up the point where, I mean, Vince has done it where
Just a thought.
they'll have their meeting in the ring, like when Stone Cold left in 2002. They had the ruthless aggression meeting with a bunch of wrestlers inside and around the ring. Or I think they were around the ring, but I mean,
But
it
it was
wasn't.
still a storyline. Is
It
my
was a
point.
storyline, but it was also, hey, we need you guys to step it up so we can have a new superstar out of this. Like they were in Vince. I don't want to like saying Vince is great, but didn't come off like a dick when Dixie Carter sounded like cunt on here. Like where
She is a cunt.
yeah. See, well, but Vince is trying to get the people to step up to the next level. Like this is when the evolution of John Cena, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar came out of this meeting. You know, so I mean that worked out for him. He didn't have a huge ass shown. While I think this is a work for sure because if this was for real, why would they want to sit and look what they're like? They don't want to be there. Like, look at them. They're not like smiling or like no one's nodding. It's kind of like the meeting, like I said, like at any company when you're getting your ass chewed, you just sitting there and not don't want to say anything because then you're going to get in trouble if you say a word, right? This is almost to the point, like to the T. I mean, like look at her. She's even holding up her head how depressed. And look at Rhino. He's looking down. I think this is a work. I think this was a real meeting and Dixie Carter made an ass out of herself with this. I don't think this was a storyline at all. And if it was, it's a bad idea because why you want to do this? Criticizing your wrestlers in front of TV, you know? I can understand if you're going to have this meeting, do it not on camera. Like, I still wouldn't say, hey, if you guys don't want to, if you question me, then you need to find a new job. I'm like,
Well, whether it's real or not, if they put it on camera on television, it's part of a story. Bottom line.
I just think it looked horrible.
Swing for the
Because I think if she would took out the spot where she says, if you question TNA, you question me, and I can't accept that. And if you're not gonna look what's best for TNA, then you should find another job. If she would cut that out, I think she wouldn't be as viewed as horrible. Because then it'd be like, hey guys, we need to pick it up.
Or maybe this was her version of Vince McMahon becoming Mr. McMahon.
That's what they said, but I mean, Grant.
Think logically here. What makes the most sense? That's what makes the most sense.
I mean, this is the era when Dixie Carter was being on more TV, and she was
right, which gives even more credence to what I just said.
But like, she was not a good heel at all. Vince was the best. Well, I think it was Vince, and then slightly under that is Eric Bischoff.
Okay, but her skill or talent bears no meaning on what I just said. Whether she was bad or not doesn't matter. Is what she was attempting today.
Well, if she doesn't have that talent, then what's the point of doing that then? Like,
not knowing the era of wrestling that this happened in and everything else that was around it, just clipping this out, it's hard to evaluate properly. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is when, like AJ said, this is when Hogan and Bischoff was coming in.
Yes, this is like the 2010s. This is like when Raw and Impact went up head to head for 8 weeks on Monday night, pretty much.
So if that's the case, then that sounds like this is a good way to, did you see what happened over on that other channel as an attention grabber? I can't believe they put that on TV. And then they worked that into the story of, now we have Bischoff and Hogan versus Dixie Carter. Sounds like a story.
To me, this is as stupid. I had to throw this at AEW. This is as bad as showing the CM Punk fight footage randomly just because CM Punk said something bad about Tony Khan on a
Okay,
podcast.
you've been watching wrestling long enough to know 90% of it is stupid shit that doesn't work. Let's just be real here.
Well, yeah. And then all these companies, they'll get petty all the time. Like WWE's petty, especially during the Vince McMahon era. WWE is very petty. And I would say Tony Khan is petty too. And like I do think there's drama behind the scenes at AEW. But I'm just saying, this is their version of the CM Punk footage. Like, even this, I'm not, like, I was hearing that they were having these meetings, like, quarterly. Like, I can understand if you're going to chew their ass off. But don't do it on camera because the fans are not going to want to see their wrestlers get chewed out.
I don't even see how this is a debate. This is obviously a works. It's obvious.
I think it was a shoot, and they decided it's a good idea to put it on TV. Even though,
Well, no, it was real, but they just decided to work it into a story, is what I'm saying.
okay, I do agree. I think it's stupid, and I can see where you saying that it could have been a storyline. But I'm just bringing up it's just a bad view of TNA. And this is when I heard about this on 83 Weeks, and I heard this, I was like, wow, this doesn't
See,
look
well,
good.
okay, here's a bigger question, though. How many years can all of these wrestling podcasts beat that dead horse and still get to where they're making money for their shows? They literally just talk about the same shit over and over again. Like, how long can they go? To me, that's the more important. Or
No,
the
I
more
agree with you.
like how many times can you break down the Monday Night Wars or the
Yeah.
New
Oh,
World,
yeah.
whatever it is? How many times do you need to see a documentary about the Monday Night Wars when they did 3 DVDs about it, and then they did a special on the WWE Network, and then A&E did one, and now Netflix is going to do it? How many times can they, like, before you stop caring? Like, okay, let's put it in like movie terms. Like, okay, they have a hit movie, and then they have a sequel, and then there's another sequel. And each time they make a sequel, there's diminishing returns, right? So they've made 15 of these. There's still an audience for it. They still make a little bit of money, but not nearly as what it used to be.
Kind of like how
You get what I'm saying?
the Saw movies, where every year they were like in the
Yeah,
20
perfect
years.
example. Saw hits, and they make 50 like I think it was like 50 or 60 million off of that first movie, and then for the next 6 years, or excuse me, for the next 7 years, you had one every year. Now, some did better than others, but it was always diminishing returns. So with all this wrestling stuff, like okay, everybody in wrestling has a podcast. Everybody talks about this stuff. Like at a certain point, the bubble's gonna burst. You know, that's what amazes me about wrestling fans so much. They talk about the same shit over and over again. It's like, don't you get bored? Like, doesn't that get old after a while? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
That's TSS brought this point where Eric's not making any more money on 83 Weeks because he's working as an insurance agent for Conrad Thompson. Well, I mean, I'm sure he's making money from Conrad. And like, if they're not making money, why would they have a fucking podcast? Like, why would Conrad say, "Hey, Eric, we're gonna keep doing this even though it's not making any money"? I don't agree with
Like,
that.
realistically, I think now once again, I'm not plugged into the rest of the world. I don't know a lot of what's going on. But I would think the only person who I could see making any money from this would be somebody like Undertaker, who recently just started doing this. And for decades, he didn't say a word. He didn't let you in. He didn't do interviews. He just recently started. So his pay window time is now. But even his stuff is going to reach a certain date where he's told every story. He's done everything. Now what do you do? Do you relive the same shit for the 15th time to where you're literally just preaching to the choir?
He's bringing in guests now and doing interviews.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's. I mean, we're all wrestling fans. I mean, whether it's past, previous, whatever, current, whatever. But like, we all know the stories. We've heard them 1,000 times from 1,000 people. Well, why care anymore? Like, where's the? I don't know. Like, it's like I went back and watched that Vince McMahon deal on Netflix. Like, after you did your whole thing, I was like, you know what? I've got Netflix. What the hell? I'll watch it. I'm bored. No new information. Nothing was new there.
Yeah,
not one fucking thing. Well, and this is what I'm saying. And anybody, okay, well, the majority of people who are going to watch that on Netflix have already seen all of that already. So what's the fucking point?
I think there's going to be some audience who are a younger audience. Obviously, a lot of us are in our 30s and 40s. Yes, we heard about this.
Right. Well, yes, of course. We're the jaded crowd who lived through most of this. But this wrestling stuff, there is it's literally everywhere. Like, you can't get away from it. Everybody has a podcast where they told their story with a different variation of the same story that you heard from 5 other people talk about. Like,
I agree.
I don't know. Like, honestly, that is a big reason why I stopped caring about wrestling. It's because it was just the same old crap over and over again, and I got bored with it. That's realistically majority of it. That, and I kind of grew out of it. It wasn't for me or whatever.
I can agree with you on that.
I mean, not saying like when if WrestleMania comes around, y'all will be talking about it. I'll probably watch it just because it's like even people who don't watch football watch the Super Bowl. It's kind of an event thing, you know. It's one of those things. But when it comes to this previous stuff, we know everything. I don't need to go back. That dead horse is a pile of goo. You know, there's nothing left to beat. You know, I don't know. To me, that's the most shocking part of all of it.
Well, for me, I like listening to some podcasts, but I don't listen to every single episode.
Okay, but to be fair, your background proves how much of a wrestling fan you are. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
Like, you're the definition of wrestling, Mark. Like, your picture comes up. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Like, I've got let's see, how many wrestling items do I have? I have 2 wrestling items on my shelf. I have 2 Sting action figures from whenever I was a kid. And those are on my shelf more as mementos more than anything. That's literally all the wrestling stuff that I have. The rest of it is gone or whatever. You know, now I've got horror stuff because that's what I'm a mark for, horror films and, you know, NASCAR stuff. That's what I'm a mark for. You know, but, you know, it is what it is. I don't have wrestling t-shirts. I don't have any of that shit anymore. It's not for me. I grew out of it. I don't care anymore. You know, I had to look down for a second. It's like, oh, I'm wearing Mortal Kombat because I was wearing CM Punk shirt the other day. So I was like, I had to look down. Yeah, whenever you were wearing a CM Punk shirt whenever we were doing the election show thing the other day. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You are. If I were to picture a wrestling fan in my head, I'm going to think Casey. That's just that's the picture I'm going to get. And it's it is what it is.
But there's a lot of times one of the bigger podcasters I listen to weekly is the Saul Monster, and it's because he's reviewing what happened during the week. And a lot of times
I don't care. I don't watch weekly. I don't need a weekly report now. Like I'll listen to like Earnhardt Jr.'s podcast when he talks about what happened at the race Sunday, or some kind of movie thing, or some kind of political thing. That we all have our interest, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong being a wrestling fan. If that's what you like, God bless you. Great, hope you enjoy it. But
I thought you were going to say God, bless his heart.
No. There's redeeming factors to some wrestling. I see it. It can be entertaining, but for the most part, it's a very definitive audience that even attracts wrestling or like fans anymore. I don't know. To me, I think it's a very, I don't know.
Well, like I said,
not for me. I guess.
Let's just say Tech screw up in case he hasn't.
But
and hang on, that's not even fair. Hey, you could say I'm just as fuck. I've got a shelf full of fucking Art the Clown shit that's just as nerdy as Casey's wrestling belts. All right, I'm just as fucking bad. I'm not saying I'm better than him on any level.
Well, nobody said that. We're just saying.
Right. I just it's a. I don't know. It doesn't appeal to. I don't think wrestling appeals to as many people as it used to. I think a lot of people just, okay, and they left. They whatever.
Well, it's been diminishing for decades now since the Attitude Era. I mean, wrestling hasn't been going up since. It's always been declining. I mean,
well, I've said it on here before myself. My liking for wrestling started to die down when WCW went away. When that died, I cared less and less as I went on. That's about it.
But a lot of times I like to watch, like I said, I like to listen to the Saul Monsters podcast because his reviews and stuff for the week. But the Conrad podcast, I'm not going to listen to every single one of them because one, I get when every time I hear a fucking ad.
Jesus Christ! Somebody dying over here?
Do we need to call the ambulance?
But every time, it's like every 5 minutes, Conrad has to shill out something like Blue Chew or
well, of course, that's what advertising is. It's there's ads. That's how these shows make money. That's how they survive.
I can understand that, but also do a TV what was it, 5 minutes of commercial, then you'll have a good chunk 15 minutes you don't
for every what it used to be, if you had a 30-minute television slot, about 8 minutes of that was commercials, so it was about 22 minutes of actual show. That's what it used to be, but I don't know what it is now.
But that's the one thing I really don't like, Conrad, because yes, I can understand you're making money from the sponsorship. I understand that. But
see, actually, in a way, Conrad's kind of smart because he knows the wrestling nerd audience jerks off to this shit, so he's going to monopolize it until it's not worth a fucking dime anymore. He's going to beat that horse till it's gone. So he's found he's seen the marks. Literally, I'm going to use that term. He has identified the marks, and he's going to milk y'all for everything you're worth. But every show, every kind of entertainment does that. It's if I'm watching a horror review and I get an advertisement spot from Fright Rags advertising new Joe Bob Briggs merch, guess what? They're talking to me right there. That's the whole point of the game.
Well, I hate to do this. I gotta walk out the turd because he needs to go potty. So he doesn't piss on my fucking video games again. So
You piss in your video game?
yes, he. If you go back to the beginning of the episode,
Now, hang on. If you were to go sell those games, would you told them that they had been pissed on?
Oh hell no, because they wouldn't take it. I mean, I cleaned them, so I mean, but I was very angry.
Never buy used video games, folks, that may have been pissed on before. You never know.
Especially in Oklahoma.
Right, yeah. Be very careful.
I'll be right back. So, talk about more about, don't show your receipts at Walmart or how bad Walmart is.
Hey, don't be a Nazi and tell me what to do, Casey. How about that? How about you start there? Right?
You fucking receipt Nazi.
Hey, fucking receipt Nazi. What the hell? Casey over here barking orders like he's the Fuhrer or something. Jesus, my Lord, come on. Either way. But yeah, it is what it is. But no, so what are you homos up to? Are y'all diddling yourselves with a necktie, tied up around your neck, or what? What's going on here?
Definitely not.
No.
Who was coughing a minute ago? Was that one of y'all, or was that Dave or somebody?
That
wasn't me.
Probably Dave.
I'm
He's
sure
running
you're playing WWE.
It's probably
You're playing WWE? What are you playing? Oh, a video game or something?
Yeah, 2K24. So guess what? They're actually bringing back WCW War Games, Fall Brawl War Games, for the the only thing is they're not putting the cage top, and that's supposed to be on the 15th when it gets released for their WCW DLC pack. So that's gonna be fun.
So they're still monopolizing and making money off of that. I see. That's a smart idea.
Oh yeah, of course. Got to make money off of it. Why not?
Gotta milk that cow till it's dry, like you were saying, Tex.
Oh yeah, why not? That's the whole point of business. If you've got hell, we're all a fan of something that we spend our money on. It's it's not a bad thing to be a mark for something, but just the way that it works.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is that shit?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I was watching. I had my TV on earlier. I was watching Svengoolie, and he went off, and now they're showing a Star Trek episode, one of the old Star Trek shows. I don't know. Either way, so how was y'all's week? Anything fun happened? Y'all kill any hookers or anything fun and interesting?
I took the truck racing last weekend.
Oh yeah. So Joe Compton went back to his drag show, huh? Is that what Joe Compton did?
Came in second place.
You came at the drag show. Wow.
I finished second place. Let me reword that.
Okay, you finished at the drag show. That makes it better.
I did.
Oh, Lord. I didn't know they did that shit up there. I thought y'all were decent people, but apparently y'all bad as California is.
Dirt racing. Just went for a little dirt racing. In my daily driver.
Steve Callan says Steve says me leaving made the show better. What the hell?
Well, of course, the quality of entertainment goes up anytime you leave. I mean, why do you think we don't let you do movies reviews with us, Casey? I mean, there's a point to the madness.
I mean, well, You shouldn't. Frank should have done had me for the election, where he
Yo, you guys should have came over and hung out with fucking Mikkel's
No,
house.
you weren't the problem
I
on that
heard
review,
about that.
Casey. You were fine. It was other things. But
how the
Yeah, we all know what it was. We all know what it was.
right.
how
'Cause
the
I've
hell
seen
did
it firsthand.
how did Mikkel get that those views?
You want to
That
know the truth, Casey? We already talked about it. Me, you, and Tex already talked about it. It's the same thing.
Actually,
I'm not
I
gonna
have
say
a
it.
theory about that. It's like, okay, when you're driving down the road and you see a car crash, you slow down and watch. Like, not for long, but you got to check it out, right? I think that kind of what Mikkel, like I said, hey, I'm happy Mikkel got a W. Awesome. Good for you. He doesn't get those much in life. But, I guess God threw him a bone that night.
What the hell did I miss?
Mikkel on Legend Night beat the shit out of us on Frank's channel on Legend Night.
Yeah, and it's funny is
There's something going on
so
with
bored.
Well, there's something going on. Like, I swear to God, we're fucking shadow banned because we were getting hundreds of, like, we were doing gangbusters. And then, like, once, like, August hit, like, maybe even July, we hit a wall. And, like, the views were like 30, 50, like, something happened drastic. I don't know if, like, we said no words and YouTube, like, is not showing our shit. I don't know what's going on. But there's some nefarious shit happening. I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of niche products too, because you gotta remember, there's like 100 of movie
Right,
reviewers
but
out there.
okay, we do a Tombstone review and we get like 15,000 people watching it. Like, explain that one.
I think it's closer to 20,000.
And, like, I don't. It's like a stupid number. It's like It's like, how did this happen? It's almost like we whatever. I don't know.
Honestly, I always said behind the scenes, like, or even on here, that I was like, I don't see how Frank is not like making as many subs as Drew has. Drew just broke over 10K now. Like,
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, we do good reviews, and now, of course, I'm being biased because I'm part of it. But we're not just, we like the movie, buy it. We're actually giving you information. We know what we're talking about. We're entertaining
You're doing the deep dive. You're doing the deep dive.
Right, it's not just, the movie was an hour and a half and this was good, that was bad, bye. Like, you're getting at least an hour and a half worth of entertainment. And even I did a short because literally premiere night, the Thursday of Terrifier 3 coming out, the movie that made like almost $70 million. I did a short review for it, which shorts get a ton of views on YouTube. That maybe got 100. Like, that should have gotten more as well. It's like there's I don't know what the problem is. I think there's a shadow ban thing going on. I really and truly do, because we were doing huge and then we just hit the wall. I don't know.
I see it all the time, where a lot of times, like, I'll do like hundreds of views for like a few videos, and then like there's a couple like it would only hit like 20 and 30. It's like, what the hell? Like, it's like I'll have a hit, like a stretch of good stuff and then a stretch of shitty views. So I'm like, what? Like, I don't know what it is. I mean, I know it's YouTube only.
I think a lot of it's just luck. I think random videos get promoted and they just hit. I think that's a lot of it too. Like, in reality.
I think that's one thing. And then honestly, if you're a bigger YouTuber, they're gonna push your channel a lot further than ours. Like,
and there's a lot of and to be fair, there's a lot of movie review channels on YouTube. If there's one, there's a million. It's one of those kind of things. But there's a lot of reviewers that I watch that do great work. That, like, for them, a good review is like 5,000 to 10,000, and they should be in the millions because they're awesome. Yeah. But it's just, it's the algorithm. Who knows? God knows. With my mouth, I say some dumb shit that probably gets us shadow banned. If I'm being totally honest,
Probably.
Well, he
You
hasn't done
know.
that. You didn't shadow ban us enough right now. We're actually doing pretty good tonight. So
Well, I can start talking about Israel if you want, get you just completely
no,
kicked off the
no,
YouTube.
don't, no.
But I can
That's
do.
okay.
I'm completely prepared for that.
And I'm gonna peel the curtain back here a little bit. We are dealing with a Texas sober version of Tex.
Yeah. I'm not like. That's one thing. Since I've been less inebriated, my give a damn broke. Like it was already like on the verge, but it's completely gone now. Like it is just like, deal with it kind of thing. That's one of the side effects from being less inebriated that I found. So, kind of crazy how that happened, but whatever, I guess.
But like I said, I always thought that Frank deserves way more, and I'm happy with what I'm doing, but
Well,
people.
I think one of the main problems is like, okay, a lot of times, and I'm not talking about retro reviews. I'm talking about like new reviews. When like a new movie comes out on Friday night, right?
Yeah.
You see all of the big movie channels post their stuff like the night of or next day.
Or even
We don't do or before if they've seen it ahead of time. We don't do ours until the Tuesday night afterwards. So there's been 3 days since then, and everybody has already watched 15 reviews. So
my advice to you, Texas, you need to step your game up then.
Oh yeah, no, you're not wrong. I mean, there's, I mean,
Look,
every
I told Casey and Mikkel, this is a dog eat dog world. You got to
it
do.
is. Oh no, you're right. Yeah,
What the problem
but
is,
the problem,
I was gonna say the problem is between everyone has a real life job. It's not like
that's exactly right.
it's not like we're making bank where YouTube is our job. It's a
Oh
hobby.
yeah, no. If I was getting paid to do it, yeah, I'd be up in the next level. But real life's got to be taken care of, and the problem that we have, hell, it's hard enough for us to get together on all of us on a Tuesday night, much less, a Friday or a Saturday. It's just schedules come into play. Real life. This is why this is a hobby and it's not a career. We're not making money off of it. I wish I could. That'd be great. But I'm not so lucky. So
That's right. I mean, I would love to do merch and stuff like that, but like I said, I've seen where people not throwing shade because I know it's even bigger YouTubers don't do great with merch. It's like when people
there's only, I'm trying to think. I've bought merch. AJ may have seen this YouTube channel. We watched a movie where they review horror films and stuff.
Yeah.
I bought one of their shirts years ago. They did like this because over on their channel they do this cosplay series about Michael Myers and Dr. Loomis where they play the characters. I bought one of their shirts years ago. But other than that, I've never bought a YouTuber shirt. Whatever.
I have from a handful of them. I mean, I can count the amount on one hand. And 2 of them was when I was sporadically doing their shows on and off again. So I'm sure you can figure out the 2 I'm talking about there.
Yeah, but
there was one. Well, actually, I take that back. I bought one of the other movie review channels that I do follow, Film Thread. It's a pretty good channel. I really like their stuff. Alan Ing and Chris Gore are the guys that are on that channel. I bought a Film Thread shot glass from them actually recently. But other than that, I've never bought any other YouTuber merch.
The other one was Assemble Wrestling. then the other one was Cletus McFarlane.
I've never heard of that person.
I can understand why people like. There's people like, oh, Casey, you need to do merch. I'm like, I would love to do that. The problem is, like I said, people like Cronin and Ken don't make money off that. That's why you don't see them do that much more. Like, and then if they do, it's on the website where like they probably put something up there every once in a while. But like probably it's more of a hindrance than anything. Like, I'd love to give people more options, but then sadly, it seems like you give them the option, it doesn't, like, they don't utilize it. So it's not, like, I'm not saying, hey, send me money. Like, when I was monetized, like, it was great, but obviously I wasn't going to say, hey, like, I had a few ideas, but I'm not
We
going to
had
do
some
where.
funny shirts that came up too, though, Casey. Like the Rabbi Casey, that was fucking funny.
Well, I find like the whole thing, like I was gonna steal the idea about taking shots every like maybe the $50 deal or something, but maybe uh, or even the $5 change of subject deal from
Now you're just
Drew.
ripping off Drew. Yeah.
I said that I was ripping them off. So
But
like, hey,
we're at a point here where everything that is done is ripping off of somebody.
well, exactly.
Yeah. that's
Well,
true.
the biggest problem is
What
anybody
was
who's ever
originally
made
like?
money on YouTube is already established. There's so
Right.
many people out there now.
Right.
What, and it doesn't matter if it's video games, wrestling, movies, sport. At this point, if you're going to do YouTube, unless you know somebody, it better be a fucking out. You're not going to get rich off
Right.
of it.
Unless you're
Well,
doing like, the like newer people are doing like TikToks and they're going like videos are going viral with that. Then you
Well,
could do that.
yeah, TikTok, I mean, YouTube is a platform for guys our age. Like, this came out when
Right.
we were coming up. Now there's new video
Exactly.
streaming. Hell,
yeah.
I spend more time watching Rumble than I do on fucking YouTube, if I'm being completely honest with you.
Right.
So, just because I like Rumble better because you can say whatever you want over there and they don't slap you on the back of the hand and say bad boy. So,
See, like I can kind of see some things. Like if you're saying hate speech, that's one thing. But let's say like it's like when
okay,
Drew
but
had.
here's the problem with that. Every day something new is considered hate speech. So you can't keep
Yeah.
up with that.
Well, I'm
And
talking
what
I
about.
happened to
mean,
the First Amendment though?
you're dealing with a group of people that are fascist dictators that, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. That's what Google is. That's what YouTube is.
Yeah.
I'm
Because
talking about
Google
like
runs
something
YouTube.
like a terrorist would say like oh kill a certain group of people or something like that. Like I can understand like don't support that. But like,
Okay, there's a difference in free speech and walking into a movie theater and screaming fire. Yeah, that's a crime.
yeah,
That's the difference.
it's kind of like how when and it's crazy how this happened when Drew was did the episode. I think it was a debate. I think it could have been Alex Payne and it was Drew was I think it was the moderator. And Drew even said it didn't even went public. It was still in private and they got hit with copyright strike. And like, I don't even think it was a copyright strike. It was a strike because it was for misinformation. And this is during the whole pandemic era where they were debating, and even Drew brought up points of what was going on with what was established about COVID, and he had it on screen, and he was like, Well, guys, this is what the CDC says right here, and he still got a strike for that, and it was not even published.
Well, of course. Well, here's the thing. We have a First Amendment to say whatever the fuck we want. Doesn't matter whether you like it or whether you don't. Now, like I said a minute ago, if I walk into a full movie theater and scream, there's a fire, run, I can be held liable for that.
Oh,
That
yeah.
doesn't mean I don't have the right to say it. You know, and therein lies the issue with this world that we live in of, don't be mean, don't say harsh words, have to be nice to everybody. That's not how the world works. All of those videos that I was talking about earlier, all of these people getting on YouTube and TikTok and screaming, I don't know what I'm going to do because Trump's president again. I'm going to shave my head, or I'm going to do this, or I'm leaving. Those are the people that preach hate speech, and everybody has to be nice and don't say things that are controversial. Got news for you.
Go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine. Go. No, I'm just ranting. Stop me anytime you feel necessary.
I was going to say, are they saying that because Trump is president that they're going to travel to Canada?
I can't believe you haven't seen these videos. Just go to Twitter. They are literally all over X. Women losing their minds because I can't have an abortion now because Trump's going to take my rights away. When in reality, the president no longer has a say-so over that. It's a states' rights thing. They are not losing any rights. But these idiots are so stupid they don't realize what's going on.
It was under Biden with that stuff that happened where they took that away from women.
You have to keep in mind you're dealing with a very stupid population who all they know is, Kamala was going to let me kill my child. Trump's not going to let me bad man. That's all that they worry about. There's nothing worse than a single issue voter in this country because they can be swayed and bought off of that one. That's just why they should not be voting.
But I'm just going to say, the people who's like, I'm going to leave America because this person...
I wish they would.
Yeah, don't...
It's just like Frank said. It's just like Frank said Tuesday whenever we were, or Thursday, whenever we were reacting to all of these videos. You should go back and watch the show that Frank, Jeremy, and I did on Thursday. I think all of y'all would enjoy it because we roasted the hell out of these videos. Because these women, every person Frank even pointed this out. He said, every person who said, I'm leaving the country if Donald Trump wins, should be put on an airplane that night and be gone. Renounce your citizenship and go join the communists. This is what should have happened.
Oh, I agree. If you're known, if you've been shown to say, I'm leaving, if this person won, you should leave. Then
yeah, but both sides say that though, Casey. Both sides have said it in the past. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Let's not
I
favor
feel
one for another. Because let's be honest here. Back in 2012, when Obama won again, his second term.
Yeah.
Look, I love Ted Nugent, but Ted Nugent said he would fucking kill himself if fucking Barack. He did. He said it. He didn't do it.
Oh man, Ted Nugent kills himself. It's going to be in some epic fashion, right?
He said he would, but he never did.
Hardcore.
I'm just saying, a lot of these fucking celebrities and musicians, they're all full of shit. They're all
it's
full
rhetoric.
Of shit. They're not going to leave or anything.
It is what it is. Hell, I even made the joke if Trump didn't win, I wanted Texas to secede, which I only have. Yeah. Which I'll be real honest with you right now. If you came to me and said, "Hey, Tex, do you want Texas to be its own country again?" I'd say, "Hell yeah, y'all have fun. We're at it." I'd be up for that right now. I'm not even going to lie to you. But it's just the name of the game. We're dealing with a group of people that they don't think for themselves. They're only worried about who's being oppressed, how much can they virtue signal, and what can they get from it? How many likes can I get from this TikTok? How many hearts can I get for this post?
Well, I'm thinking about this. If Texas decide to uh, become its own country, it needs to divorce itself from everything. So all the rights that came with being American, and I feel like they had to come up with a new country flag because I feel like if they're using the state flag, I feel like that's almost like
We had
not.
that flag before we joined, by the way, so that wouldn't count.
I still think they should at least change the flag because I mean that's
Oh, hey,
red, white, and blue. So
well,
that's
we're arguing semantics here of something that's honestly never going to happen. So whatever. You're
but,
getting
At least in
like
our lifetime.
you're getting real deep into that what if. That's pointless. But my point is, my point of it is the what this election highlighted to me more than anything was the stupidity. I mean, how many times did y'all hear terms like misinformation or disinformation? How many times have y'all heard that? And now I know
Oh, dude,
Joe
all the time.
Joe probably didn't pay. I know Joe Compton doesn't pay much attention, so he may not have heard it. And Casey, you may not have either. But those two terms were everywhere by the left, and
Dude,
it
every
was
commercial.
obnoxious. Yes,
Dude, every commercial, literally, I could be sitting there watching TV and a
Yeah.
fucking Trump or a Harris fucking commercial campaign would come on. And it's like, I already know who I'm fucking voting for. I don't fucking care.
Right.
So I'd literally mute the TV and wait for the fucking ad to be over so I could fucking finish watching what I was watching.
in the last 2 weeks of watching just college football alone, it was 90% political ads for commercials. Obnoxious. It was horrible.
Well, that doesn't shock me. I mean, especially revving up to the election.
Oh yeah.
Well, I got a question. Remember when we were watching on election night with Frank? He was showing that a couple women like pulling signs. Isn't that illegal? Pulling signs?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, number one, that sign was on somebody else's property, so trespassing. Two, somebody owns that sign, so you're destroying property. Yeah, that's a crime. Now, it's a crime that's never going to be processed, but yes, that was illegal.
that's what I thought.
And it's also illegal. Like, it's even illegal. Like, let's say Kamala Harris had a sign out in the yard, right? And you walked up with a Trump sign and put it in front of it. That's also illegal too. You can't cover somebody else's sign with your own. You have to put it somewhere else. So.
Well, out here also you can't just put signs wherever you want. You have, if it's on someone's private property, you have to ask, "Hey, can I put this?"
Well,
sign?
of course you can't. Well, it's just like, okay, have you ever been like, and this is not even just like a political sign deal. Like, have you ever been like driving down the road and you see like a sign stabbed into the ground that says garage sale or mattresses for sale or car for sale? Most cities, those signs are illegal. They call those bandit signs because you have to be a bandit to go out there and put it, knowing that the city is going to take it, unless the area where you put it, there's no law for that. So, it varies in each county and state, but it's just one of those things.
Or a lot of times they'll put it in the ground, or they'll staple it to the telephone pole.
Yeah, it's now like if you put let's say, Casey, you were back at your house and you put a Trump sign in your yard, you have every right to do that. But if somebody else comes up and puts a Kamala Harris sign in your yard, they have no right to do that unless they have your permission. Now, there are some areas, like if you're driving through town and let's say you happen to be in a city where they allow those bandit signs, then you can put as many as you want. But in certain areas, they don't allow that. That's why the city takes them. So
I should put a bunch of Casey is raw for president signs. Like,
good Lord, no.
y'all are, hang on. Oklahoma already offered Joe Exotic for president. Y'all don't get any more candidates. All right, y'all are done. So just saying.
Hey, text for president, Operation Cleansing.
Well,
See, I would be president long enough to just demolish the government, and I would just, like drop the mic and walk off. That's how long I would be president. I'll be like, okay, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired. I'm out. Somebody else can do this.
Set the record for the shortest reign.
Oh, it would be the shortest reign, but it would be the most memorable, my friend, because I would wreck house, buddy. You have no idea. But yeah.
but that's why I was bringing up. Like, if Texas become its own country, what what rights and laws would you have?
Well, of course. Okay, let's say that was reality.
Yeah.
If Texas were to ever secede, of course, a new constitution would be written. New laws would be put in place. Of course, that's part of it. That's just, now spectating on.
You gotta make your own money too. You gotta make your own money.
Of course, yeah. No, we're not going to use U.S. dollars. Of course, yeah. That's. I mean, U.S. dollars worth nothing right now. That's half the reason why Trump got elected, because the economy is such shape. But yeah, no, it would be if Texas ever were to be elected, it would be on the gold-based back system like America used to be. There would be all, and they may even come up with some kind of new flag. Who knows? Like, anything is possible. But like spectating that out, that's a huge conversation.
Well, I just figured throw that out, see what kind of rights or laws he would come up with.
Well, I mean, it would be
Texas.
Well, number one, okay, let's say Texas becomes its own nation. It becomes the Republic of Texas again. Number one, these illegals are getting the fuck out immediately. We're hunting you down like dogs. You're gone. We're not putting just a wall on the top. We're putting one on the bottom too. Hell, we might just invade Mexico and take that. You do realize, and see, but here's the biggest thing. Texas has its own power grid. We make so much power down here that Oklahoma gets its power from Texas. Many states get power from Texas. We have more military bases down here. The beef that y'all get from our state, the cotton, we grow in Texas is one of the more important states in the continental United that a lot of people don't even realize. That's why we carry so much weight. And
you would put a fence over the great state of Oklahoma, so I couldn't.
We might just set your state on fire just so nobody came across it. But we'll see.
But I mean, you had to blow up that bridge that goes between Oklahoma and Texas. So you have to blow that one up.
Like I said, we will make sure that the Red River is blocked up and covered. I'll say that. But that's the whole thing is Texas, like, you would have to know more about what I'm talking about. This state gives the United States. I don't know if y'all ever heard the term, but as goes Texas, goes the United States. That's an old political term. Just for how much we give the United States, how much comes from here, military-wise, product oil. You realize how much oil is in this state? My God, there are so many wells that are drilled and capped that we haven't even touched yet. I want to say, it was around 2016, 2017, something like that. I was reading an article of this economist that was going through all this stuff. And the guy basically said, if Texas were to ever split off, it would basically be just from day one splitting off, it would be the equivalency of what Australia is, like their government-wise, just to give you a real-world comparison. And that was back then, not even counting what we have now. So, and something else you have to take into effect, Elon Musk is here in Texas now. He is an integral figure. He is building all this stuff down here. Look at how many businesses have moved here. There is a lot of power down here. Why do you think everybody wants this state so bad? Because it's important.
My hometown just has one thing: Cummins Engine Company headquarters.
There you go. Well, actually, it has two things: Cummins Engine, headquarters, and homos is what you're telling me. Well, homo singular, just meaning you, but that's beside the point. So it's all good. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, Mike Pence's hometown.
Oh, that's something to brag about. That traitorous piece of crap. That's y'all might want to take him off of the welcome to side. Like you might want to get rid of that. But,
Also, Tony Stewart's on there too.
Tony Stewart's cool. I like Tony Stewart, but Mike Pence can eat shit for all I care. But
Well, I mean, at least your Hoosiers are 10-0. I mean, let's be honest here. That's first time in.
Yeah, but who have they played though? Like
that's
JV
true.
teams?
That's true. Yeah, really. I mean, yeah, that's true.
If you're playing like bad high school teams, I don't think you get to crow 10-0. But whatever. So.
Hey, that's why I didn't crow 10-0.
Well, you've never been a football fan, like a big one anyway, so whatever.
Yeah, I was a football fan back when the Colts had Manning, Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison, Edgar and James.
Yeah, those were good teams.
That was when I was a Colts fan, back when they was worth a damn.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my NFL team is no better than yours, so I have nothing to brag
ours
about.
in the dumpster fire.
My team's been bad for a while, so
my team's been bad since 2004.
I didn't even watch the end of the game last week. I turned it off at halftime and I didn't go back. I'm like, I don't care. It's almost depressing watching Dallas Cowboy football these days. It's that bad.
Oh no, I can't watch it anymore.
I try like last week. I watched the first half and then I had to go to the store for something. I forget what it was, and I was listening to the halftime show, and then at a certain point, I was like, "Oh, there's a podcast I needed to finish," and I never went back to the bed. I did not care. I didn't I knew they were going to lose. I didn't give a shit. I'm like, whatever.
How's that make you feel, Tex, knowing that someone in the great state of Oklahoma was watching your Cowboys?
Well, they're too stupid to know that the Cowboys suck. That's how that makes me feel. But it is what it is. Hey, I am in the heart of Cowboy country. I can tell you right now. Normally during this time of year, it is hard pressed to find the quality Cowboy, like the actual Nike or New Era Cowboy merch. Everybody's buying, everybody's wearing it. Nowadays, nobody is. That shit is everywhere. Or everywhere it's for sale. But the team sucks. Why are we going to invest whenever they don't even try? It's kind of the point.
Exactly. To be honest with you, Tex, I literally put up all my Raiders shit and literally just fucking stored it away. I was like, nope, I'm good. You guys gave up on me, so why the fuck should I?
It's just if I know Jerry Jones and the team is going to lose, why? Normally, the sports bars are full on Sunday. Now they're empty because nobody's going to go pay to go eat. Pay those prices for a meal just to watch the Cowboys lose. They're not going to do that. And they can stay home and do it for free.
He just needs to sell. He needs to sell the team. So the team.
No,
dude, we're in the
Jones
same.
family,
Are you kidding me? We're in the same.
The
boat.
Jones family will never sell that. Never.
Yeah,
it
just like
will
the
never
Davises
happen.
will never sell either. Right.
Okay, even as bad as the Cowboys are, they're still one of the top 3 most valuable franchises in the entire sports, just because of how much money they make. That's why Jerry doesn't care. Jerry will never fix the Dallas Cowboys until he stops making money. That's the God's honest truth. If people stop going to the games and stop buying merch, you literally the only way to get any change made is to vote with your dollar. This is the first NFL season since I've been making money where I haven't bought anything new Dallas Cowboys. Zero merch have I bought. Not a hat, not a T-shirt, not a doodad, nothing.
Not a doodad?
Nothing. They're a garbage team. I mean, we haven't won a Super Bowl in 30 years. And by the looks of it, it's going to be another 50 before we even have a shot.
Oh, yeah. And I agree with TSS. Jerry Jones don't want to admit the problem is him.
Of course not. And as long as Jerry's making millions of dollars every year, he doesn't care. He just wants his team to be just good enough to where the stupid Cowboy fans that think, oh, we got a shot this year. No, you don't. You're just good enough to maybe get into the first round of the playoffs, and then you're going to bounce. But guess what? He's milked you for all you were worth already.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can go on like ticket sales sites like Ticketmaster and all of these places that sell like sports tickets. Season ticket holders are selling their tickets off left and right because even they don't want to go to watch the Cowboy games. That's why whenever you watch a Cowboy home game, there's so many fans in the stands wearing other colors because they bought those season tickets from Dallas Cowboy holders. It's bad. Oh yeah, it's horrible.
No, Tex, like everything you're saying is pretty much the same thing I've been saying with the Raiders. Like literally, if you go into the new stadium, dude, there's no Raiders fans. Like literally, when we played the Chiefs, it was all red and yellow. Every fucking where. There's no black or silver anywhere.
It was most obvious when the Saints came here in the beginning of the season. Like right as they really started to fall apart. There was more black and gold. Like they were having "Who Dat" chants in the Dallas Cowboys stadium. There was that many New Orleans fans. Like even the guys on radio were like, "Wow, this is embarrassing. What is going on?"
Well, think about it this way. Remember last year? I don't know if you remember correctly, but if you noticed, all these fucking new Detroit Lions fans that are fucking like everywhere.
Well,
it's like the Lions have never had a fan. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
dude, I work in a sports store where there's fucking literally you have fucking people come in and buying Lions merchandise. It's like they don't know any of the team players. They're like, oh, who's a good player? I don't know. I'm a fucking Raiders fan. The fuck? I don't follow that shit.
Well, they're bandwagon. It's whichever team is hot that year. You will see that jersey's, that team's quarterback jersey sell. Whenever the Seahawks were winning Super Bowls,
Legion of Boom.
Russell Westbrook jerseys went through the roof. Whatever it is. It's
and Peyton
bandwagon
Manning
stuff.
when the Colts won, same thing.
Yeah, everybody was a Broncos fan all of a sudden. Yeah, it's the way that it is. That's just the way sports is. But the Dallas Cowboys there are certain teams in the NFL. I would say that like the 49ers, the Raiders, the Cowboys, that are institutions.
Steelers.
Steelers.
Yeah.
Steelers, Pittsburgh is on that level. There are certain teams that are institutions of themselves. No matter how good or bad they are, their dedicated fan base is going to be there. But like with the Cowboys here, okay, being a Cowboy fan is like being in a abusive relationship.
Yeah.
You love your partner.
Same here. The Raiders.
Yeah, like you love this person, but they beat you up. They treat you like crap. But then the next year comes around and you think, you know what? Maybe they'll change. Maybe they'll do better. And they do better just long enough for you to get your hopes and expectations up. Then what do? The same exact thing. And you know what? I'm over it. I'm jaded. I love the Dallas Cowboys. I will never not be a Dallas Cowboy fan. You'll never find a bigger Cowboy fan than me. But I'm tired of mediocrity. We've won 5 Super Bowls. We're better than this. I expect more. So
hey, I said the same thing, and
Oh yeah,
Well, that's what.
you can take everything I've said and apply it to the Raiders, and it fits because they're both legacy entity. They're not just Johnny come latelys; they're fixtures within the NFL world. It all works.
Oh yeah. It just
Well,
sucks now.
That's how I kind of feel. Like the last few years, I would say the last 5 years, I've been in, like, just been jaded from the Cowboys for so long, and not only that, like, the NFL is just like, I can understand they're trying to make the game safe because the whole CTE deal and the concussions. Yes, I can understand that, but they're to the point where, like, oh, we gotta to set the. One of the biggest things is like when they go for the extra point. It used to be on the 2 yard line. It used to be like, oh, maybe they're gonna go for two. Like, maybe they're gonna fake the kick. Now, like, if you're gonna go for two, it's obvious because you're gonna be at the 2 yard line. But if you're gonna fake the kick, you're gonna be faking it how far back? Like 15 yards back?
Well,
Like,
the game itself is, I mean, the kickoffs alone have ruined pro football.
Yeah.
It is unbearable to watch. It's
Yeah,
god
that's
awful.
disgusting.
The kickoffs are horrible. If you even breathe on a quarterback, it's a flag. God help you. If you hit a kicker, they'll probably throw you out of the stadium. It's just
And the
it's
scripted
a
shit.
and I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about just the actual gameplay wise. There's just pro football in and of itself. Now, that being said, college football is not much better. Like, this whole targeting rule. Oh, well, it is so many more players get thrown out of games for no reason. It is beyond me. It happens every week, multiple times a week. But the whole CTE thing with football, I would not be shocked within 20 years if they're playing professional flag football or like two-hand touch or something. I could see it happen.
Or powder puff. Yeah, probably.
Well, I was watching a documentary about the whole CTE deal, and they said that they did a biopsy on a kid that was playing high school football, and he already had CTE. And there's to the point where even if you didn't have concussions, I guess you had like ones that are like not full blown concussions, but like maybe milder ones. Like if you had so many of those, that would cause it too. So like it's not just NFL. Obviously, you start from all the way back when you play start as tackle, but it gets worse as you get older. And God, I hate that echo.
I know. What the hell is that?
Uh,
I've been hearing for like the last 2 hours.
mm,
No?
but oh gosh, but no, but I was been watching it about CTE, and then it's crazy. It's not just football though, with football, but I've been watching the Aaron Hernandez doc, not really doc series, but it's a mini series, I guess, on Hulu and Disney Plus, and it's good. It's a good series, but I mean, it shows you how he pretty much went mad from the CTE and everything, and not only
I
that,
wouldn't say that. Aaron Hernandez wanted to be a thug. He wanted to be a gangster and fucking try all that gangster bullshit, and he ended up in fucking jail. He wanted to be a drug
Well, Aaron
addict.
Hernandez,
He was a fag, too. Let's be honest here.
He was a bad egg from the beginning. I mean, he was a series of. He was a bad egg from the start that had a series of worse things happen, whether it was his fault or not. And he ended up doing that. Yeah, you can't hold him up as you can't hold him up as an example any more than you can hold up Chris Benoit in the wrestling world.
I was just
You know what I'm
about to
saying?
say that shit.
Well,
That's the they're to me they're on the same level. Like
I
they're
agree
not
with that.
they're not the example. They're a what could happen. It's one of those things.
See, I always thought the whole thing with the Chris Benoit, it wasn't just CTE, but it was a combination of a bunch of things. Like, obviously,
Well,
he was
I
having.
actually think Chris Benoit and Aaron Hernandez. I think they were both gay. I still think Chris Benoit was a gay. Look at how bad he went off the rails whenever Eddie Guerrero died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often you see a grown man crying like that over a man who was their friend?
And, well, you're not going to hear
I'm not saying he
from-
was. I'm not saying he was all the way full blown gay. He may have liked girls too because he had a wife and kids. I don't mean he wasn't taking up both sides. You know what I mean? I think Benoit had some repressed stuff that he didn't tell nobody about.
It's possible, but I think it was like what was my opinion. The whole thing with Benoit, it's like obviously, I think it's, the biggest thing is CTE, but then I'm sure depression, from not only him losing all his friends, because this is during that time frame when we were losing wrestlers like left and right,
Yeah. Yeah, the
And
Public Enemy. They were both dead. Fucking Johnny Grunge and Rocco Rock both died that same year. Just like Sensational Sherry. She died that year too.
actually, she
I mean,
died
they-
on this. I think she died on the same
That
day.
same week.
but-
Yeah, no, that same week.
yeah,
It was
same
Johnny
week.
Grunge, then her, then Benoit.
But
Yeah.
I think with all his friends dying, he was losing his mind, and then like you can see like in his journal where like he was being paranoid, and it's kind of like if you watch this series about Aaron Hernandez, he was being paranoid, obviously because the whole thing about the two murders in was it in Boston, and that oh god, that's bad. But
Hey, my phone is like red hot, so I'm gonna jump off of here, but y'all have fun.
thanks for coming, Tex.
That's why I had to get off the election stream Tuesday night. My phone got so hot that it shut itself the fuck off. It was like, yeah, I'm done. It just turned. Dude, it was so well because I had it plugged in. I was on there for like 5 hours, and it was like it was so hot I had to like hold it in front of the air conditioner. I'm like, this thing is steamy. So, it was nuts, dude. Yeah, it was crazy. But before it goes nuclear again and blows up my house, I probably better bounce.
All right, well, holler at you later, Bubba.
See you, Tex.
Y'all be good, and don't be gay. Gay's not allowed anymore. Remember, all hail Trump, our glorious leader, and there's only two genders. So just remember that.
Our Lord and Savior, Trump.
No, our Lord and Savior is still Jesus Christ, but our fearless leader is Trump. So it's all good.
Heck, stay away from those truck stops.
Well, what can I say? The lot lizards love me, buddy. What can I say? So, but anyway, I'm out of here. See y'all later.
Late.
Yeah.
But no, I really think there were so many things that with Benoit like could have been factors, and I do think possibly maybe is ward rage that he did with his wife, but you don't have ward rage the next day to kill your son, and then the next day to kill yourself. You don't go 3 days
Right.
on roid rage, but I think there's multi factors of what came into play, and I think the biggest is CTE, obviously. But I'm
Yeah.
not gonna blame. It- you're not. You can't use that as just full excuse. Even if you have CTE, you still should be able to know what's right and wrong. Killing your wife and kid, or even going cause murder, like still is not gonna. Can't say, "Oh, it's my CTE acting up today." But oh gosh, no, God, like yeah. Originally, we were gonna do the whole TNA deal. I was gonna
Yeah, that's what
finish
I was
the
hoping. I'm thinking exactly.
finish the TNA meeting deal, and then I was thinking we'd talk about all the bad TNA matches that they decide to invent.
Hey, this is your channel. You make the decision.
Well, it was
Just
also
saying.
it was fun though. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Right.
if it was a fun topic like the whole thing with Dave, even though he's still here, I hadn't heard him. We probably bored him.
I think both Dave and Kratos are both sleeping now. They haven't talked in like an hour or two.
But no, it was fun. Like, but I think we might have like a topic, but I won't have it like as advertised because I feel like if I advertise it, I feel like I'm obligated to get to that topic because I didn't mind with any of the subjects we brought up because
Hmm.
like I was fine with all the topics that everyone brought up, you know. I just was like
Hmm.
so I'm thinking from now on I'm not gonna say, hey, I want to do this, but it won't be like highlighted at on the show, you know.
Hmm.
But it was definitely a fun night. I mean, uh I really don't know what I'll do tomorrow as like I know I got like I did Wolfenstein for the Jaguar this today, and actually I'm gonna compare it to the Super Nintendo and Genesis tomorrow. But
Hmm.
really nothing special to do this weekend. I'm like I might want to go out and have fun, but nowadays I just don't want to go out there. You know?
Hey, Casey, have you ever
Yeah.
played that WrestleMania, the arcade game I sent you for the Jaguar or the Sega Saturn?
Yeah, I did a review on gameplay on it.
And the Barbie one I sent you?
Yeah, yeah, I did both of them. And actually, what's funny, I came across. I thought I didn't have that uh, WrestleMania Sega Saturn game, but I kept yours and sold my stuff.
Duplicate?
Yeah, because I wouldn't want to do that. Like, if someone bought something for me like that, I don't want to be disrespectful doing that. You know.
Just like the Rose, didn't the Rose buy you the same Barbie game I did?
No, no. I no, I had a this. It was the same thing too. I had a duplicate
I thought the Rose
because
bought you a Barbie game too before I did.
no, it's because I always wanted to try to collect the whole NES library. So to collect the whole thing, you have to have that.
Yeah.
Well, I had it previously, so but I sold my copy.
Didn't he
So
buy you a game like that though and send it to you back when he was
no,
fucking with you?
it was me who I sent two copies of Ashley and Mary Kate Olsen
Oh, okay, yeah.
uh, for the GameCube. Like it was, I was gonna keep doing that, but I just, yeah. It was the first time I bought it for a gag for someone else. It because I paid $1 for it, and then I just happened to hold on to it, and then I decided to send it to the Rose, and then I eventually like I had a bunch of games for the Dreamcast that I knew the Rose might want, and I threw it in the pile of that as well, just to get. I told him, "Hey, open this last because this is something special." And when he opened it up, it's like it's the same game again. But but I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little sleepy. I'm probably gonna want to get something to eat too. I'm a little hungry. I only had one thing. No, I had a late lunch, so I'm getting a little hungry. But it was a good show. I'm gonna try to make more Saturday is Raw. The last weekend I was butt ass tired. I was dog tired last Saturday. So I'm gonna try to do more Saturday is Raw. We're at 97, so we got to at least break 100. Like,
Hey, got a question. Do you ever like want to do like any reactions like the? I know a lot of people don't know about Josh Block, but like there's a lot of funny shit that him and Mr. Bass do. It's fucking hilarious that
yeah,
you should know. That would be a funny fucking topic. That's how you get views right there. He is views.
yeah. Well,
Especially when you
I
say
know
put
right.
the fries in the fucking bag, Casey.
Yeah, I know right now. I know Mr. Bass right now got demonetized on YouTube.
Yeah,
I
because he set
think.
himself on fire and almost burned his house down.
Well, he honestly he should be definitely kicked off because he uh
Broke the terms of service.
well not only that like the he's taking advantage of someone who's mentally not there. I'm like they're saying he's just autistic and like he's heavily autistic.
Who do you think's
Like
more handicapped, Mikkel or Josh?
I would say Josh Block, honestly.
Oh,
Because
bullshit.
I think
Bullshit.
Mikkel's more there than he is. The
Are
only
you
thing
kidding me?
no, because I think Mikkel's and like I Josh Block, he just sits there and just gets drunk and he goes on Mr. Bass
Mikkel smokes crack.
chant. I just think he's less handicapped than he is. Like I feel like that because like he at least can run his own channel while he relies on Mr. Bass for his content. And then also not only
Yeah, but
that, like
Josh got famous before Mr. Bass, though.
yeah, that's true. But like Mr. Bass just knows how to take advantage of him.
Milk him.
And
Yeah.
like he's pretty much found his new whore pretty much. Like he's a
Yeah.
pimp. He's a
Yeah,
form.
pretty much. It's like the fucking sex lines in the fucking 90s that he did. Now he's fucking doing this with handicapped people.
Yeah. Like he saw dollar signs with him, and it worked for the longest time.
Oh my god,
Uh,
imagine if you blew up Casey and he tried to use you as fucking
I know
he starts
people
getting
like,
Casey drunk and shit.
oh no, but I don't mind getting a drink every once in a while, but getting drunk, no. I'm to the point like what I'm like why am I gonna do that? Like it's not like getting drunk is fun for me. Like having a drink, yeah, to wind yourself down, but I'm not like in my 20s, like, oh, let's go to the bar and get fucked up. Like, I prefer to be mentally here than being all fucked up. Like, not gonna lie, it was funny when I was drunk on Drew's channel, but uh, like when I was drunk from the Jack Daniel's distillery, that was like I did not like that because I was all woozy and I was walking around. We were walking around the town area that pretty much milks off the Jack Daniel's distillery. So like we would go to these restaurants and little stores, and it's all about Jack Daniels. And I'm walking around there like I'm still drunk. Like no,
Wow.
I don't like that. So I'm not a big fan of being drunk. But no, but I'm
Wow.
down with that to react to him because I know a lot of times he's crazy and that what's what's crazy about Mr. Bass channel, like you would have him and Locale, and for some
Mhm.
reason Mr. Bass would have like 35,000 viewers. Like and
Mhm.
you put it on his show and it's garbage.
Yeah.
Like it's unwatchable. Like
Yeah.
how's people sitting there watching this bullshit?
A lot of it's bots, though. If you notice, like especially when it's like 35 and then like
Yeah,
60K viewing, it's like, dude, those are obviously bots.
yeah, that's exactly what it is. They're bots. I'm like, at least when you watch like Locale, like it's entertaining. Like because a lot of times they're
Well,
making
for the most part.
Oh,
yeah, for the most part, I agree. There's some shows they're not like you you click on it's like ugh. I know they had a show yesterday. I didn't
Yeah.
sit down and I didn't watch it
It
because
was
it
kind of boring.
was it.
Yeah. I like wasn't even entertained by it. It was like, oh. Oh, so never mind. I'm not gonna say it because it's Mikkel's business. I'm not gonna say anything about that.
Uh oh.
There's really only one YouTuber whose content
What?
I watch every episode of.
What's that?
Cletus McFarlane. He's a car
Who is
guy.
Cletus?
He's a car guy. He does car content.
Uh huh. It's just funny. It's like Cletus. So all I'm
Yeah,
pitching is like some backwoods hillbilly with like a couple of teeth, with some dip. You know what I mean?
He's
yeah.
out of Florida.
That's
Oh,
the one thing
he's a
I
he's a Florida man. He's Gator man.
see. That's the thing. I'm like, if I have a child and it's a boy, I'm not
Oh
gonna
God,
say,
please don't reproduce Casey.
That's not his real name.
oh well. Still, there's people actually name their kids Cletus. So
Like,
like I would like, hey, you know what would be cool to call our son Cletus? It's
oh
like
my God.
like that's the worst fuck. It's like having a daughter and calling her was it Beatrice?
Oh
Like
no, 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 no. There's a football player. Ha ha, Clinton Dix. That's his parents must have hated him.
well nowadays people try to think of the craziest name. It's kind of like how on Seinfeld where George Costanza wanted to name his uh, kid Seven.
What?
Yeah, because I think it was Mickey Mantle's number from the Yankees.
Uh huh.
Like because he wanted something different, like weird name that no one would have. So it's like, and he motions the number 7. So it was funny to me. I that's I would say that's a big different for sure than we got some crazier names nowadays than 7 though. Like
Right.
imagine like nah, I
Just
don't
say
want
it.
to
Come on, man. Just say it.
say. But you know, there's
What,
certain
Shaniqua or Shanae?
Shanae. Like, hey, yeah, your name's gonna be Shanae. But no, I think it'd be a good idea to do the Josh Block idea, and maybe even if there was a crazy
Just
locale
watch his
episode.
crash out.
What?
Just watch his crash out when he fucking sits there and just freaks the fuck out. That shit's hilarious.
Oh, dude, there's sometimes where he freaks out in New York, and only
Oh yeah, when
where,
someone says put the fries in the bag and he starts biting himself and then he chases after him and starts
Yeah.
kicking him. It's like, are you
Yeah,
fucking
there's-
kidding me?
there's
Dude,
one
if you
time
did
till-
that shit to me, I'd beat the fuck out of you. I don't care if you're handicapped or not. You don't just come up to random people and kick them.
That's a lot of times he'll do. Either kicks them or punch them, or like he'll punch a
Yeah.
woman. I was like, what the hell? I'm like, but I mean, you know, he's heavily drunk a lot of times, and you know,
That's
he's
no
probably.
excuse.
Well, no, I agree. It's no excuse, but then you also have Mr. Bass kind of, you know,
Egging him on.
yeah, egging him on. So it's like he's just a horrible person. Like people like that need to be cleansed off.
Euthanized. Euthanized.
Oh, I'm not gonna say that, but should
Why
not
not?
shouldn't be allowed to have a platform. Let's say that. But
Mm.
I am getting a little sleepy. I want to go and take a shower and head out. So it was a fun night. I appreciate everyone coming on tonight. So I appreciate AJ, Devious Dave Rose, Kratos, and Compton, and Tex. So if you guys don't have anything else, let's get out for the night.
Y'all have a good one.
Yep.
Have a
See
good
you-
one.
You guys have a good night. We're getting out of here. See you guys.
Faggot.
Being demonetized now.
Put the fries in the fucking bag.